probably gonna honestly, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do that next because it's not the Slave Lords adventures are for level 4. It says level 4 through 7. So you're
Hmm.
way past that. Like I'm even honestly, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do that next know how because you it's could not possibly do these
You could
adventures
easily,
in a row.
yeah, you could easily pass Slave Lords and go on to Lolth.
That's what we're gonna do.
Hmm.
I wouldn't bother with
Okay.
Slave Lords. I'll run Slave Lords, but I won't run it for this group. If you want to play, you have to make new characters. And I'm not
Oh
exactly a
yeah,
good
we'd
man
all have to
anyway, but
make new characters. I actually was consider, dude. I would love to play Slave Lords if you want to run it.
I'll run it, but you have to play new characters because I do scaling on my players. I'm evil.
Scaling?
Yeah, yeah. I'm like
What do you
I might
mean?
even give you stats. I might say you can all have an 18, a 15, a 13,
Oh, like, yeah, yeah.
two
Yeah,
11s, and a
yeah.
9.
What
Like you can have.
calculations
Hmm.
am I missing from my THACO?
Something I
But
saw
then you get
once that someone did is like everyone rolled like a pool of stats. So everyone rolled
mm,
the 3D6 down the line, and then out of everyone's rolls, everyone got to like pick which ones to have
oh, that's
out of
nice.
those numbers.
That's cool. That's
Yeah.
an interesting function.
So
Interesting.
you got like try and figure out like who
Communist,
next stats the most.
communist
I love
cool.
rolling an Iron Man game and seeing what happens.
I don't mind it one bit either,
I
dude.
love
I'm
it.
down. I'm down.
3D6 down the page, straight down the stats. Don't get to move
Yeah,
them. Don't get to add nothing to them. What do you
that,
qualify to be?
yeah,
I
that's
don't
spot
mind
on.
it. I don't mind it one bit either.
Our
I mean,
hardcore method used to be 4D6 discard the
Hmm.
lowest. We used to consider that hardcore, let
Yeah,
alone
we
fucking
yeah we
just
did we did
3D6.
old school, and it's like because you got to roll your stats before you even pick a race because
That's right. Yeah,
there's racial minimums. So
yeah, that's
you
right.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, I
Yeah,
didn't get a high enough strength. I can't even be a
I
dwarf
can't
or
be a
a high enough
dwarf.
dex. I can't be an elf. Right. So it's like you could always be a human and you can always be a fighter. That's pretty
mm.
much
You gotta
Or a
almost
have a
thief.
9. You gotta
you
have a
gotta
9.
have you gotta have a
Thief.
I
nine.
think
Like
human
but I
fighter
think
is all I would ever be.
Although,
a fighter needs a nine strength, and I think a rogue needs like a nine dex. I think those
9
are the two
decks, yeah.
easiest. Yeah,
9
so those are
wisdom on
the
a
two
thief.
easiest to get, but there's still no guarantee depending on what you rolled. So that was always the best thing. And like if you did, so the way we used to do it is if you rolled and somehow actually did not qualify for like really a class,
Mm. Mm.
you were a peasant. You were like a regular person, like
Yeah,
a
a
blacksmith or a
Chad.
farmer.
Correct.
We would just make that class and go, all right, well, what do you want to do? What's your profession? Because you're a person.
Mm.
And
Mm.
then what you would do is whatever you picked, when everybody else would level, we basically worked at like a 0 level character, and then you would
Yeah,
get to first level and you could bump a stat to 9 to pick a
yeah.
class.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
And
Zero
That's
that's
level
how
pretty
we used
gentleman
cool.
and
before
that's how we
normal.
used to do it. It was crazy. You rolled on the random treasure
So yeah,
tables and just you get
I'd
what
be
you get.
I'd be
Hmm.
totally happy to run. Like I say, Slave Lords. It is a road campaign.
Yo.
It's a road
Railroad.
campaign. It's not well. It is a bit. Yeah, it is a bit railroad, but it's also across land a lot.
Hmm.
Loads and loads across
Well, if
land.
we feel like we want to do completionists, we could do that next, and Chris could run it, and then I could take back over and finish off Queen Spiders because that's the true order. But we can also just go straight to Queen of Spiders if you guys want, because I mean, you guys these
Yeah,
characters
that's
are
right.
powerful enough. So,
Yeah,
well, look, we can discuss that later. For now, let's get into this
cool.
game. Pete, I mean, Luke, what's the info on your new Ranger?
I'm still padding it out, but um, Ashwin Strike, which
Yeah.
means horse tamer uses a bow because
Good work, good
it's
work.
weird.
Are they
Um,
gonna ride any dragons?
Absolutely. With stats like this, he'll ride everything.
Okay,
So
looked
yeah, I
at this
rolled
session.
some.
Good to know.
This is a family program, dude.
Yeah.
Talking about riding things.
Um,
On an
Not the
so
unrelated
size of
note,
your
fuck
stats
you,
that
Frank.
matter, Luke. Okay.
yeah, okay, it's how
Yeah.
you use them. He's a high elf ranger that wields
How do you spell his name, first of all?
Ashwin Striker. Do you want me to? I'll change my name in
Yeah,
here.
change the
Is
name.
is it
Cool.
Sorry.
WHYN?
Well, not Striker, strike. Can't spell.
Wind strike.
There you go. Name is updated.
Ash wind strike. Can't believe you stole half of one of my names.
Yes, I mean, I saw, I thought Ashwin, and I'm like, wait a minute, but that's Grey Ash.
That's all good.
So he's a high elf.
Grey Ash doesn't win.
Ranger.
He just
dies.
only twice. Only twice.
He hasn't died. Oh yeah, he did. Come on. That's right. He
Save versus die on the one chest open in the entire game.
That was pretty funny.
But yeah, walking around with a composite longbow, even though he doesn't have the strength, for it to be like pluses and alongside.
Oh, it's not a high strength bow.
No, it's. I mean, it's tuned to his strength. That's all that matters. It's just slightly faster at drawing than a normal longbow, so he likes it.
Why don't you just go for a short bow, bro?
Because fuck short bow, bro.
Short bow's proper elfy in the wood, like up close. It's like a shotgun. Way! It's got like closer firing ranges. You can't fire a composite longbow with. Oh no, you've got specialization, ain't you? So
I've got specialization, so I can point blank that motherfucker.
Yeah, point blanking. But even point blanking has a point blank. Check it.
Wait a second here.
Point blank for a longbow, I think, is 9 to
Is there
30.
something special about this particular ranger that allows you to specialize? Because specialization is a only thing.
I thought it was a warrior only thing, but if it's a fighter only thing, then I'll drop the spec.
Yeah.
I thought warriors could specialize, but only once.
Only fighters can specialize. You can do skill specializations.
Mm.
And then there's certain like Dom. Dom's playing his dwarven champion can have a specialization like in only his one single weapon.
Sorry.
Oh yeah, you're right, ain't you? Because the ranger gets a style specialization built in, which is his 2 weapons fighting.
Well,
that's fine.
The druid that says a priest may specialize in a fighting style they already know. They can specialize. They can only specialize in one. As priests or druids.
Style specialization.
Fighting in a fighting style, yeah, it's a 2-handed.
So that like it gives you a different. It gives you some bonuses using the specific style that you're using. All right, so let's get started here. So we'll get to Ashwin here momentarily. But last session
was ice.
The group of the 5 of you. Well, okay. The group of the 4 of you plus Arena, along with 4 cloud giants and 3 dwarves, made a foray into the region controlled by the white dragons in the air node. You'd passed further and further to the south, coming across enemies that were quite dangerous. Grell, assassins from your past, one of which you actually got a chance to talk to and interrogate, and who negotiated for his freedom and escaped to fuck with you another day. And ultimately, you ended up getting into the region where the white dragons were. It was hard to see much because there's a huge sort of swirling snowstorm that completely overwhelms this area. And but you kind of creeped up on it and came from a few different angles, and eventually ended up getting into a battle with these 2 white dragons and a larger than normal gelatinous cube, but not the 200-foot enormous mega one, but a larger than normal one as well. And the battle actually went pretty well for everybody except for Arena, who, in an uncharacteristic feat of heroism, decided to use her Hurako Sphinx to claw onto the back of the thing. And through bad luck, poor dice rolls, a nat 20 failure on the on a dex check to jump off the back of the thing as the dragon fell to its death. She got stuck in, I mean, we'll say sort of like stirrups or whatever, crashed to the ground with the dragon and was crushed to death.
I'm sure nobody is more surprised by that act of heroism than Arena herself.
As
Arena's always been daring. What are you on about?
Yeah. So then you also notice a couple of other things, first of all. So let me this area that you're in is a larger cavern to the south here. There's a shelf that's up above that kind of like looms over the whole area, down from which one of the dragons descended towards your party. This is the one that Arena had actually kind of leapt on the back of. There, you kind of noted that there was like some coins up there, treasure up there that had sort of fallen down a bit to the ground below when the dragon leapt off to strike at you. And you were sort of taking a little bit of inventory of what your situation was when you saw from the north, from the large open cavern to the north, came, well, what you thought were two more dragons. But it's not just two. Give you one. Let me give you the exact number here.
It's 200.
It's 200 dragons.
Imagine.
Let's see here.
The entire Black Dragon flight.
Let's see here. Okay. Anybody that has the spellcraft proficiency, go ahead and make a roll for it.
I do have spellcraft.
You tell us, David.
17? Do I know high or above or below my end?
You gotta roll
I was
below
thinking.
your end.
No chance, no.
Shy.
Ulrich is not smart.
So you see not one, not two, not three, but 4 additional white dragons come swooping down from the
Go, Bob.
from the opening, the passageway comes up ahead. 4. They seem to be flying in a really strange pattern, though.
Yeah.
Like you're used to seeing with dragons. They almost seem to be swirling around each other and in and out, like they're moving in a strange pattern. It makes it sort of hard to get a bead on any one of them, as if they're all sort of moving to avoid you.
Some kind of mirrored image.
Yeah. You failed. You failed. You failed your spellcraft.
I know nothing.
David made his spellcraft. Unfortunately, his character did not.
Yeah.
And spoilt it for me. Sorry.
Really? Come on.
So you see this thing flying down, and you also all notice that not only are there four of them, but bigger, much bigger than the two that you just fought are these four. Much bigger, obviously an older dragon. So let's do declarations.
Okay.
I declare
No. Hold on 1 second. Let's get Luke right into this. This is more fun to play than it is to watch playing. So we're gonna get Luke right in. So Ashwin had been captured, like everybody else. We're not going to get into too much detail. Had been captured and thrown into the elemental modes underneath the Temple of Elemental Evil, like many others. And when he was tossed down below, he and his dog,
Don't see my dog. My dog ran away, hidden. Tossed into this room.
Yeah. So like you got and you, the two of you got separated, you and your dog, and Ashwin had been, I don't want to say exploring so much as just attempting to survive, and eventually came to this area here, a large, immense cavern. So immense that you can see clouds floating in the sky above. I mean, in the region above. And after descending the spiraling mountain, or the spiraling edifice at the center of the cavern, he reached the bottom and noticed no, we'll not say that. He reached the bottom.
Noticed nothing.
It's this massive vortex, like a tornado, devastating the area around. And when he did, he also noticed a group of, I don't know, miscreants, I guess you might say, fighting alongside a group of giants, cloud giants. And going to battle against evil serpentine creatures, white dragons. Ashwin, being a follower of the laws of nature, has heard of and seen white dragons and the kind of environmental devastation that they lay on the lands that they inhabit. And Ashwin began to make his way towards them. They were far into the distance. You were able to see the battle. Ashwin was able to see the battle, but not get there in time to participate. And he saw that this company of formerly five, but now four sort of miscreants that seem to know each other well, three dwarves, and these giants had a sort of victorious shout and howl after defeating the two white dragons. And it seemed as though the battle was over until this other enormous dragon, these other four enormous dragons, came flying from the northern passageway, a wide northern passageway down towards the group. The group seemed to have fared pretty well against the two initial dragons, but they've been weakened. And now there is yet another four dragons. Certainly, they could not hope to win this battle without help. All right, so let's go ahead and now that we got Ashwin in the game, let's go ahead and do some declarations. We will actually, let's go ahead and we'll start with you, Luke. What's Ashwin going to do?
I'm gonna. Shit, what's the range on these targets that I see? Because obviously, as a force of good, I see evil approach. I'm going to attack it when there's other potential allies nearby.
Yeah, so I mean, let's call Ashwin's position where the gelatinous cube square is on the map.
Oh, I'm gonna run like a motherfucker then, because
So that
I'm gonna have
is
to get within range.
not the big gelatinous cube, not the default cube, the smaller one. Yeah, exactly. Right.
Yeah.
And the dragon is approaching from up here.
Ooh.
Within range of a longbow for sure.
Yeah, no, I'll pull a flight arrow and plink.
All right. You're gonna get ready, shoot your bow. Now, what about Ulrich, David? What's he doing? He's on kind of on the ground.
He is
I'm saying
stopped
you're
caring about the slime that has been hopefully dealt with. It's like heating up. There's like fighters there. So
the slime is dead.
Oh, is it dead?
The
I
gelatinous
didn't think
cube
it was. Oh, okay, whatever. I definitely don't care about that.
I think it's dead.
I didn't think it was, but maybe it is. I forgot. Either way. Yeah, I'm gonna be looking at these weird, confusing dragons zooming around. I'm like, fuck it, lightning bolt. We'll figure it out. And start channeling, bringing up the voltage again.
All right. Well, you've still got your...
If I can I like try and will my griffin to like intercept it if it comes near me? I can decide how much it cares about me.
No, it doesn't seem like it will fight for you unless you're on its back.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay. What about Tucktrin?
Casting a spell.
Okay. And how about JB?
Take a target, fire a bow, or fire an arrow.
All right. And then finally, Roland.
Where am I, Rob? Where am
It can
I?
kind of be anywhere you want in that bottom area. You see where David has his icon? Anywhere between that and the S cube.
I'm just gonna do a
Anywhere in
fucking.
between there.
I'm just gonna do Hawkman attack and go yeah and fly my horror sphinx at the dragons.
Okay.
With the concept of attacking the bird rather than me, because otherwise I might fall off.
Okay.
I'm still shiny, man. I'm on a hit.
Chris, why don't you roll us initiative this time? Dom's been doing too good lately, so I need to switch it up.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been on a roll.
How's the music volume, by the way, everybody?
I can't hear it at all.
I don't hear any music.
Me either.
Can you hear now?
No, but then again, my audio's proper mash. Well, I got my dice tower.
All right. Get us a roll.
Yeah, I've just got to empty it, man. Someone's put a lot of crap in it in between again. Right, D10. Here we go. It's a 7.
7 on the die. Sounds good.
7 on the die for the players. Sorry, guys.
Dragons are slow. All right. Anybody know 8? 9. 10.
Me.
Roland.
Horror sphinx. Attacks. Natural weapon 3 on 7. 10. 10 speed factor. Attack! So.
Okay, so you rise up on the Heracles Sphinx. Its lion body thrusting you up into the air. It's black hawk head. The feathers flying backwards as it leaps up towards to meet the dragon. And let's see here. Let me get the dragon fear.
I'm trying to find the stat you put for it. Did you put it in the Discord channel, or did you put it in the
what?
Where did you put the stats for the Heart of Sphinx?
I'll give them to you again. I'll put them in the where you want me to put them, you guys.
Put them in the main chat. Put them in the Discord channel and pin them.
All right. I don't have Discord open, but I'll open it real quick.
And then I can get back to that because it's hard for me to swap on my phone across.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
And then I'll make my attacks if it is possible. Yeah, it's a swooping on one. And let the Sphinx do its thing. I'll just hold on for dear life.
Okay, so what is a saving throw versus fear is
Spell.
Paralyzation or
petrification.
petrification?
Oh, okay.
So go ahead and roll save first petrification for the Hirako Sphinx, which I'm going to put in the Discord right now.
Let's have a look.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Is this it? This looks like it might be it. No, that's not it.
I've found it. Copy image, paste image. There's the image in Discord.
That'll do me. Let's have a look then.
Got it too.
Yeah. So what we got?
Hit die 9.
9 hit dice.
9 hit die fighter.
Yeah.
And that is gonna be petrification polymorph is a 9. So pretty good.
Right.
And it gets a +2 bonus. You get a +2.
Right, I'll roll that. That's a 5. +2, 7. Fail.
Not good enough. All right, the Hirako Sphinx gets sort of close to the dragon. And it's like, out. No. Its wings, its black hawk wings pull up and it swoops to go back the other way. You can try if you want. You don't have aerial riding at all, right?
No, I have got 2 space proficiency slots, but I ain't about to spend them on that. So no, I haven't.
Yeah, so it goes swooping away. I mean, the dragon fear hits you and hits them. Actually, you got to make a saving throw too. So
okay. Fighter, shit. Level 7. That's probably what, an 11. I think I've got it written on my character sheet.
Yeah, it's about right.
11, but
you have stuff, bro.
11. I've got a cloak +1. That's a 10. Then the shields or anything else don't come into it. So I'll do 28. Bastard, a 6.
All right. No, this is so brutal for you guys. and this. All right, yeah, you're like nah, and like you pull onto you grasp onto the thick feathers of the Hirako Sphinx, and he flies off, and you're just in a total blind panic.
Okay.
You will be fleeing in panic for 46 rounds.
Okay. What an adventure.
Brutal.
See you later.
Okay. We're fucked.
All right, so that was at 10, right? Anybody else going 10? 11? 12?
I'm going on 12. All right, I'm firing the bow.
Say 11 or 12? Who's on?
What happened? How come that happened? Because of fear? Does fear affect 9 hit dice creatures?
It says you have to be of equal level or higher to be immune to the fear effect of dragons.
Fair enough.
Would you or not?
Fair enough. Sorry.
If I had a
Who goes
wisdom of
is it
21,
11 or
you'd be
12?
immune.
It doesn't matter. Just somebody go.
12.
Yeah.
JB goes on 12. So firing an arrow at one of the dragons from the ground. So I don't think I need to make a fear check.
No, you don't. But actually, technically, Luke goes first. Ashwin goes first because he has a 19 dex and you
Okay.
only have 18.
But at
Well,
this
then it should be
range,
fine
don't
on
I
11.
get like a -4?
I'm just fucking with you, Pete, just because I know. I'm just rubbing it in a little.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's my name,
Don't-
JB.
don't-
They're totally
don't you
not threatened by
pick
the
on-
new guy.
Don't you pick on my lamekins. It's my lamek. Don't
I
pick
know
on
it's
lamekins.
-5 to hit at long range.
I wouldn't call it long range at this point.
What would you call it then?
I would say medium
Extreme.
because it's flying in there. It's flying towards
Okay,
you. It's-
medium works for me. That's AC 5.
Are you kidding me right now? You know you're not hitting a fucking dragon with an AC 5. Come back
Well,
when you
you've
got
got to
reroll.
try.
Yeah, all right. So you an
Still,
arrow.
I'm pretty sure I've got
flies-
my pluses all messed up anyway. But carry on.
Oh my god.
AC 5. So the arrow goes flying off. Now, that being said, I believe. Let's see here. Okay. Yeah, so you fire at the 4 dragons, and none of them, they're all, you don't hit any of them. Okay. All right, so that was go ahead, Pete. What does JB totally not threatened by the new guy with the bow do?
Firing at a dragon. Picking one at random, so if it matters which one he aims at, just roll the d4.
It does.
That is a 19. I'm going to hit an AC of -3.
All right, so roll me a d4.
Okay. I am aiming at dragon number 2.
All right, so the arrow flies through one of the dragon bodies. There's 4 of them, and as it does, the image, the dragon itself seems to disappear in a magical haze. And then you're reminded of the magic. I mean, you guys have seen this before. Mirror image. Didn't somebody just mirror image like recently?
We fought against it and used it.
I did it once.
Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah.
all of you see that happen, and you're all clued into the mirror image once that happens.
Before his time as Black Smoke. Grey Ash did indeed use this power.
Yeah. So you're all clued in at that moment. Well, probably not Roland because Roland's going to
No.
But
But I'm never admitting that I had Dragon Fear ever. I'm just going to blame it on the budgie. Fucking budgie.
reminds me when Doug stood up to a red dragon. So the arrow flies through, though it doesn't do any damage, it does in fact rid you of one of the 4 images or one of the 4 dragons. So there are 3 dragon images now.
So what I'm hearing
Jake.
is that 19 decks missed all 4 shots, and JB the hero just took a dragon out of the game.
Wait, did Ashwin
That's
in
right.
one shot.
JB's Jolly Planet's leader, indeed. Just fucking killed that dragon.
All right.
Oh.
I thought you weren't threatened, but I mean, this
Totally
telling
not.
a story.
Totally not.
That was a 12.
That was 12.
Now Ashwin and JB get more attacks at the end of the round, but 13, 14. No one. Okay, so dragon goes on 14.
Wait, 14.
Okay. Go ahead. Go ahead, Tucker.
So
magic first.
okay, and quick question: what? So I obviously know there's these 4 dragons, now 3, that were flying towards us, right?
Mhm.
And we're up there and we're flying kind of towards it or around the area when it flies towards us. What are the, like, can I see what the giants and the other dwarves are doing? I'm just curious what they're doing.
Yeah, the dwarves are leaping. They're back on their Heracles sphinxes, joining the battle. They're flying up, basically right up to it to meet it face face to face. The four giants have kind of started to spread out like in sort of a I want to say a half circle, semicircle sort of position, and they've got their morning stars. They're swinging their morning stars in preparation, and they're speaking in the giant language, giving tactics and stuff like that. But yeah, they all seem to be preparing to fight the thing. The dwarves are just kind of well.
Okay. All right. So, anyways, so I am going to cast my spell, and my spell is protection from evil.
All right, it goes off. Well,
And my protection from evil is actually on my Sphinx, not on me.
oh, okay, great. Are you still on the ground now?
No, I'm riding on the. I thought we were all riding on the Sphinx. I thought that we were doing.
Yeah. But I mean, like, are you? I mean, I understand you're on your Sphinx, but like, where are you looking to be with your? I mean, are you moving towards it? Are you moving away from it? Are you kind of staying in place? What are you?
So the way I was envisioning it is we were moving towards the area, but we didn't see it, and it just came out of nowhere, and there were four of them.
Yeah,
right. So I wouldn't assume I was moving towards it purposefully because we didn't know that it was there. Like, if that makes sense, like almost like not completely surprised because we knew it was there somewhere, so we weren't surprised, obviously, but we didn't know where it was attacking from.
Essentially,
right?
you're hovering in the air. Then is that what you're kind of saying? Okay,
yeah,
that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. That's totally fine. So the dragon then, as your spell goes off, the dragon flies in. And not Gray Ash, I'm sorry. Ulrich is waving his arms around, calling forth the lightning. And the dragon seems intent upon Ulrich as he is casting the spell.
Of course he is.
And
It was going to happen.
fortunately, the rest of you are sort of split up and moved, and you've moved all the way, moved around and everything like that. But the dragon just unleashes its breath weapon right onto Ulrich. Go ahead and make a saving throw versus breath weapon.
What on earth is that?
About
Breath weapon
3,000
13.
for a wizard.
Rolled a 10. I got roll over, right? I rolled 3
Equal
under.
equal to or over.
Yeah, no, I didn't make it. This is why I lose another character.
Saves are fucking the players, man. This is the thing in D&D. Fair to save.
All right, so the dragon like swoops and does this whole it just breathes right down on him and swoops and swings back up. Doesn't even get close to the ground. 25 damage
I'm alive.
for now.
But I lose my spell. Well, I lose the spell for this round.
Just imagine what that looked like. That fucking dragon strafing you.
Fucking cool, man. And there's snow and swirling around everywhere. Like it's like cool as hell. All right, so that was at 14. Now we're at, I think, end of the. Oh no, now the dwarves go. Now none of the dwarves seem affected by the dragon spear as they fly up towards it. However, the Hirako Sphinxes seem less strong against the forces, and you see one of the dwarves on its Sphinx goes flying right at the dragon, but two of the others, they're fighting against the Hirako Sphinx the best that they can, and are not able to, as the Sphinxes go zooming off in either direction away from the battle. The giants themselves, of course, don't go running. They are not impacted by the fear. However, they're on the ground, so not all of them are able to get a strike on the white dragon. Only one of them is able to, but he takes his it's the leader of the group, Zephyr takes his massive morning star and takes a swing at the white dragon. And just whacks the dragon with it. Oh fuck. And he smashes the dragon with his morning star as it flies by, swooping down and then flying back out of range again. But the dragon definitely takes quite a hit.
Nice, nice.
All right. And then the one dwarf on his Heracto Sphinx flies in, and the Sphinx does his claw bite. The dragon scales deflect off the two claws, but the creature, the Heracto Sphinx, does manage to bite into the dragon's scales through its scales, and does. I'm using some really fun but really annoying dice. They're rubber and they bounce. So they're really cool, but then they're like they don't sit well in my dice rolling thing. Yeah, and you can see like it tears a few scales off of it as it goes sort of flying by. It doesn't make the same mistake that Arena made by jumping onto the thing's back, but it's sort of keeping pace with the dragon, the dwarf on its back. We'll say, yeah, just for fun, we'll say it's Shelwyn because she's your closest ally. So Shelwyn has kept her Sphinx fighting the thing and is flying alongside it, trying to rake at it, bite at it, and attack it with her own axe, which actually I got to do an attack with. And unfortunately, the axe goes flying out of her hand. You see it fly out of her hand and go swinging across the cavern. Oh golly!
What the?
Sorry about that.
Okay.
I record just in case we lose the thing. And so she loses her axe, but she manages to continue to hold on to the back of the Sphinx. And let us get to the end of the round actions, which is second shots for JB and Ackland.
Go first, Golden Boy.
Wow. AC1 question mark? Yeah, AC1.
Are you sure?
Yeah, positive.
All right, you fire up at it and manage to hit. Well, actually, here you wouldn't have hit. So the way that they're moving around through the air, the three of them, even though now you know. Well, maybe Ashman wouldn't. I'll say Ashman is high enough level that he knows what the spell is.
17 wisdom.
Unfortunately, not able to. Yeah, that's what I was wondering too, David. I saw you posted that in there. Not able to hit any of the three as they're sort of swirling around, and the snow and the wind and everything like that from the ground. And it just flies and it continues to move through the air. Go ahead, JB.
All right. So if I still see three, I'm going to aim at one of them. I mean, I can tell you which one right now if you want. I'll roll a 1d3. I'm aiming at the first one, whichever you decide is the first one.
Okay.
That fell off the desk. That is a 17. That is going to hit a -1.
Once again, an image disappears as one of JB's arrows hit an image rather than the real thing. He's very accurate at hitting things he doesn't really need to hit, but another one of them disappears. So there's only 2 now. And that takes us back to the beginning of the round. Let us do some more declarations here. I'm going to start with you, David. Ulrich just took a huge. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, David. Yeah, well, I'll come back to you in a second. Take a second. Take a moment. Take a moment. Yeah,
I believe he can't. Ulrich is like, he just fucked me up, but you can't do it again. So I'm just gonna start casting again. I'm gonna be like, cover me, and start charging,
bring back
charging back up again.
Bring the thunder. All right.
Yeah.
What about Tuctrin?
So Tuctrin is going to. I mean, I'm gonna try to get my. I'm gonna attack it. I'm trying to get the Hierosphinx to attack it.
All right. So you 2 move up towards the creature. What about JB, the totally threatened by the new guy with the bow?
Totally not threatened.
You sure about that? That's not what your name says.
Totally not threatened. All right, I'm going to aim at one of the 2 that are left.
Okay. And what about Ashwin?
I'm gonna pull another arrow and start charging towards where the dragons are and shoot another dragon.
All right. Ashwin notices the go ahead and make a let's see, what does the what skill does the animal entity or whatever, what's the stat roll for that for a ranger?
For animal, all
Yeah.
of that animal stuff, it's wisdom.
Make a wisdom check.
This should be easy. Yep, 17. Pass.
Okay. So one of the sphinxes comes running over towards Ashwin. And should Ashwin wish to, it will throw him onto its back. There is an unoccupied sphinx.
Absolutely. Let's go, little fella. I give him a nice ruffle of his feathers and jump on his
and
back.
grabs a hold of Ashwin,
Yeah.
throws him onto the back, and leaps up into the air. All right, so
Raw.
yes. Oh, just Rob. I think you said Rob. No, you wouldn't say that. You'd say Bob. All right, so why don't you roll this just for us this time, David? Yeah, go ahead and
Time?
roll D10.
9.
Good job, guys. Oh, fuck. All right, so 10, 11, 12, 13.
What's the attack speed for the Hierosphinx?
It's a large creature plus 6, right? Is that what we decided last time?
Okay, and we rolled a 9.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it is large. I attacked last time as if it was medium. Yeah, 6.
It's fine. You still would have beaten the dragon, so it's totally fine. Yeah, so it's plus 6 to initiative, so it would go on 15. What about like the 13, 14?
14.
All right. Well, Ashwin's the faster, so
See, this time I'm not gonna miss. And then he rolls a shit roll like that.
Let me get my targets down.
Luke, I've got respect for you. A man of lesser ego wouldn't tolerate this kind of poor behavior. I only do have love for you, bro. But
Yeah,
fuck,
no,
you know.
it's AC 5 again. I even pulled a
Yeah,
magic
I know.
arrow.
I know with 100% absolute certainty, without ever having met Luke or played in a real life game with him, that he does not cheat.
Wait, what? Do I cheat?
So that was yeah. So go. It flies off into the distance. Go ahead, JB.
All right. Again, I'm just picking one. That is definitely not a hit. That was a 7.
Neither one of the archers are able to land with bow shots this time. That was that 14, right? 15, I think, is the Heracrosphinxes. So Tuctrin,
I fly in a random D12 direction for 360 foot.
sounds good.
Sorry. That's my actions for the rest of the game.
So great, dude. Man, I tell you, running away is not. It's worse than a dungeon.
It's
like a real
fine.
dungeon.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
It's-
I'm enjoying just listening for a change, to be honest.
Yeah.
Question is, what kind of danger is he going to be in?
Mate, your ranger's gonna have to
if
save
you
me.
want,
He's gonna have
Ashwin,
to fly over with his fucking bird and tame my wild pyro moo.
Luke, Ashwin can control the Heracrosphinx to attack the dragon if he'd like. Or do you want to
No,
keep
I'm gonna stay around the outskirts. Use this bow.
Can-
All right.
Okay.
Tuctrin, go ahead and do your attack with the Heracrosphinx.
All right. So
we gotta do a save first because it's getting in range of the dragon sphere now. So
Okay.
yeah, make a saving throw versus petrification, and it gets bonus to the roll.
I got a 14.
Oh, fine. Okay, yeah. So it grits its beak and flies in, and go ahead and do your 3 attacks.
So I assume that Thaco is a 12 because it's a 9-hit die creature. Is that true?
Yes.
Okay. So first attack is an 18. The second attack is an 8. And the next attack is a 15.
So the claw and a bite hit.
So it's 2d4 and a 1d10.
I think that's right. Yeah.
All right. Let's see what we get here. So 7 on the 2d8, or the 2d4, I mean, and 4 on the d10. So 11 total.
Not bad.
No, I'll take it. So claw and a bite.
And is Tuck attacking as well?
I don't know if I can. I don't have any long range weapons at all.
I mean, no, you are on it. You're near it.
Yeah. I mean, if I can, I'll definitely attack it.
Was he doing anything else? Tucker wasn't doing anything else this round, was he?
No, we moved last round and I cast a spell. I haven't done anything.
You can attack with one weapon.
One time?
You can attack with one weapon one time and hold on.
Yeah, definitely want to hold on.
Make an untrained aerial riding check and you can do your full complement of attacks.
Now I'll do one attack and hold on.
Yeah, 100%. That's what I do.
Yeah. That works for
goes though. So that was at 15, and there's the one dwarf, Fulleth, and the Sphinx that she's riding. So let's do that. Claw. Right, unfortunately, claws do not hit this time. The bite does, though. The bite definitely, again, the Heracrosphinx takes another bite out of the dragon. Nope, that's not right. I do not know how to do math right now. And then she swings with her axe, covered in dwarven runes. Oh wait, no, her axe has gone flying. What am I talking about? She dropped her axe, went flying off into the distance last time. And that does it for them. For the dwarf. And the rolled a 9 plus 9, 18. So that was at 15. 16?
Yep.
Okay, go Tucker.
So that is that's an 18 on the die.
Oh, nice.
And that is going to be plus, that's another 11 damage
Is that what
from
this
from my axe. From my axe of Clangadin, yep.
Yeah, all right, awesome. Is it Clangadin or Clangeddon? I've pronounced it both ways, like throughout my playing.
You know, I'm not 100% sure. I have the book open, actually.
I like Clangeddon because it sounds like Armageddon.
Oh,
So
yeah,
I don't know if it.
How is
if
it
that's
spelled?
right.
It's Clan Geddon is how it's spelled, CLAN. So clan and then Geddon, GEDDIN.
Clangeddon.
But it could be Clang, CLANG, Clangeddon,
Clangeddon.
or Clangadin. Clangadin. It could be because it's two D's next to each other.
It's a fantasy made-up word. We can pronounce however we want. All right,
Double
so
D.
that was at 16, right? 17, 18, the Giants go. So having done a decent amount of having been prepared for the creature to come down, they begin to you see they all reach into their bags and start throwing stones at the thing. Now they're taking aim because a couple of you are sort of flying near it. So you can see that they're really taking aim. And
That's nice of them.
And they're throwing these stones. You know what? I'm gonna do something really quick. Let's rewind for a second. The bite that Fulleth did with her creature eliminated the last of the illusions. So there's only one dragon now, and it is clearly the real one. So I'm giving it back points. That was a mistake on my part. That's fine. So they throw stones. Now they're obviously taking aim and in turn to not try to hit you, so they're not quite as effective as normal, but the four of them throw stones. Oh, all right. So the first two do not hit. The third one, thrown by Vorog, the one of the giants, hits into the side of the dragon, and then you see Fulleth, like she puts her. I mean, not Fulleth. Fulleth puts her hand up. I'm just calling the dwarf Fulleth, but it was really Shelwyn. My bad. Fulleth, the cloud giant, she puts her hand up and is watching, aiming, and she just throws it, and it just spins into the side of the creature's head. Nat 20 on that bad boy. So 2 hits by stones. That's 17. Fucking A, man. The dragon looks hurt. Looks very hurt. And being hurt, it looks to take out its rage on the nearest opponent, which unfortunately right now is Tuktrin and the Arachno Sphinx. A claw bite. It's going to take its 2 claws and try to grab a hold of the Sphinx and then try to bite Tuktrin. Oh, and it certainly grabs a hold of the Sphinx. You can
keep in mind the Sphinx has a 2 AC bonus, or it has a -2 to hit the Sphinx because it's pro evil.
I don't think that'll matter. Wait, okay, so that would be then instead of AC -2, it's AC 0. What's its AC? It's not better than 0, is it?
Oh no, I don't think so. I just wanted to bring that up. I didn't know what he rolled.
So I got a AC -2 and AC -4.
It has an AC of 1.
Okay, pretty close, actually. Pretty close. All right, and then so it grabs a hold of it, and it's just its claws rip into the Arachno Sphinx, and then it bites down at Tuktrin. All right, so that is AC -4.
Yeah, that absolutely hits me.
This dragons are good at hitting stuff. Oh man, so the Arachno Sphinx takes 24 damage. So keep that in mind over there.
Okay, all right, hold on. Let me got got a piece of paper here. It's 24 out of 9 hit dice, so I don't know how
9
much
times
we've given
6. It's 6. So
it.
9
Okay,
6
54.
is 54.
And you said it took how much? 20?
6 and 6, 12, 24. 24.
24. Okay.
And then the bite comes down onto Tuctrin. Wow, 13 plus 19 damage from the bite.
Alrighty, I take 19
And
damage.
it just throws the Haraka Sphinx away. And you make a let's see here. I don't know, make a strength check.
Okay. I rolled a 3.
Oh yeah. You hold on as the Haraka Sphinx goes spinning in the air, desperately trying to get its wings back underneath it, and it finally does, as you hold on for dear life. That was at 19. Everybody's gone except for the lightning bolt at the end of the round, and then the final 2 extra shots. So go ahead, Ulrich. The lightning bolt finally goes off at the end of the round.
Yeah, and there's only one left, so
Mhm.
I guess the save versus magic, I guess.
I believe that's a fail. Let's see here.
Okay.
13.
It's only 44 damage this time, so they might survive.
44?
Yeah, 44.
Describe your kill.
After being blasted by whoever the fuck it blasted at me,
Ice.
and watching like companions take out the mirror images one at a time as I'm focusing the lightning, the final bolt finally cracks from the clouds and just incinerates it in the air, and the charred corpse tumbles to the ground.
Wow,
Imagine
that.
dude, like the lightning bolt shoots a hole through it, and it like goes all the way straight down to the ground, and then the dragon falls down to the black mark that's on the ground, and once again all the giants raise their hands and cheer. "Ah! For Remnir!" Well, Roland might understand that, but you hear the word Glemnir, which is all of you know is their fallen companion, who they give honor to. Well done, well done.
It's nice.
It takes some time, but eventually, Roland and the 2 other dwarves that had to flee in fear managed to get themselves back together and get back over to the rest of the group. And as they do, you see this body of the dragon, and all of you, are on edge because, of course, you just defeated 2 dragons, and then yet another dragon came out. Again, the one that came out on its own was definitely bigger than the others, and clearly more powerful, which Ulrich got to understand. Ulrich and Tuctrin both got to understand very intimately. However, you were able to defeat it, and you notice that now defeated, as you're kind of like gathering yourselves together, and you maybe do some healing spells, doing that kind of stuff, that the snowstorm begins to dissipate. It's still cold, but your vision begins to open up. The snow isn't falling down on you so much. There isn't as much wind. It's not that blistering cold wind that was like, just cutting at every open wound and every exposed body part. And you're all back together, surrounded by the bodies of 3 dragons.
And Gray Ash is very banged up, right?
Well, Gray Ash
Ulrich
really
is
banged up. Gray Ash is
I've been breathed on. I'm messed up a
Technically
bit.
speaking,
yeah.
Grey Ash is definitely banged up.
Technically, yeah.
All
No,
right.
Ulrich
So
is pretty roughed up, but
all right. So Gray Ash 10 hit points.
Gray Ash is dead, bro. It's Ulrich.
Oh, I fucking Ulrich. God damn it.
Ulrich,
I
10
I
hit
just
points.
I just
if
say well.
Ulrich changed
He's got
his
his
name
name
everywhere
up on the
instead of just
screen
being
as
called
Gray Ash.
Egg
It's
Grey
Yeah,
Ash.
it still says Gray Ash. So I keep saying I
know,
look up
me
and I'm like
too.
Gray
Me
Ash.
too. Me too. I'm the same.
10 hit
So-
points.
So Ulrich gets 10 hit points back,
Okay.
and nobody else is injured, right?
Nope.
Up
I think
to
so.
64%.
Yeah, I don't think anybody else got hurt.
All right, get another
Except for
7 back.
you.
Only my
7.
pride.
Add another
As
7.
this foolish budgie
37.
did fly
plus
yonder.
7. 34.
Foolish bird.
Thank you, warrior.
Yes,
Well,
it was the bird that flew away. It was the one that was scared.
The bird is the word.
Nogard says, this stupid bird. It wouldn't let me fight.
Well said. And who is this stranger amongst us?
I recall hearing about some coins, so I'm gonna go check out the coins.
You would.
Of course.
Yep.
They really would. They really would.
Rob, I'm gonna keep a lookout for any more gelatinous cubes or anything that may be sneaking up on us while they're looking at the bodies and talking. I'm gonna scout. I'm gonna keep a watch.
Smart.
Ah, Ulrich.
Well, if you remember,
Your
that was my character's original job. So
Yeah.
It is foreseen that the powers of nature are the greatest. You have instilled me with some faith, I say, in respect of his lightning bolt. For, look at the eye upon the dragon, shriveled within its skull. Laugh.
I'm glad I was able to get the final one off. If it swooped down for me again, would not be standing here now. Thank you, all of you. You all fought well.
Bullis
Yes,
says,
sir.
we're so happy to have your help. She goes walking over to Ashwin.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Ashwin
another
lands
uncle.
and dismounts. Greetings, well met. I assume you guys are not denizens of this hall.
Can you describe your character?
I can, actually, yes. So, Ashwin, I mean, he looks like he could borderline blend into things. He's got like a brownie, grey hood over leather armor. So he's basically brown and dark from head to toe. Just with a long sword on the hip and bow over his shoulder. There's not much else to see of him because he doesn't take his hood down very often. And
How
you'll
tall
have
are
to
you?
learn the rest. About 4'6".
Okay.
And he looks pretty young for an elf, but compared to human, he's a bit old.
So we see that you have some elven feature. Right.
4'6". He's short, huh?
Ah, short as fuck.
Yeah, but do we see that you have elven features like your face? To a certain extent under your hood, not fully like, but that you. I mean height's normally a giveaway for race anyway.
You can see the eyes, and he is a short guy, so I'd assume you'd be able to deduce the rest if you're an intelligent individual. But no, you can't see pointed ears because his hood's up.
Just wondered. Okay. My guy's like, okay. You've not met Relman before, have you? So
I haven't
Roland
met any of you guys.
is dressed in rather stained and slightly crunched plate mail, which is imagine like it's not like full everywhere. It's just like a breastplate and a back plate and some shoulder plate things, and a few greaves on his legs. So he wears extra heavy boots, like super Dr. Martens with fucking metal all over them for stamping on things.
Luke, have Ashwin make an intelligence check real quick.
An
It's
intelligence
about
check?
six.
Uh-huh.
It's about 6'2".
That is the right
And,
die, yes.
Carries a massive
That's a
sword.
pass.
Okay, I'll get back to you. Yeah, I mean, if we want to do descriptions, we haven't done it for a while.
Black oily hair. I've got black oily hair. It's like rat tailing. Like it's been like not cut for a while. A beard starting to grow.
That's
Just growing
sort
in
of from
stubble. That's my character, anyway. To get it in brief.
Well, Ashwin recognizes the druid amongst the group, Ulrich,
The hell?
being a ranger. And go ahead, maybe David will. Why don't you have Ulrich do a well, now that he's kind of introduced himself or whatever, now that you've got a chance to really look at him, maybe we'll do the same thing for you. Go ahead and do like an intel check.
Not
I've got
20.
to open a window.
Is that good or bad? I never know.
He's
You
got no
eagle
idea who I
guys
am.
are a bit late in, but you're really making up for it.
This is working well for my hermit druid.
Late in.
Oh, wait, this is brilliant.
Mhm.
I see JB and I actively scowl.
Okay.
Well, JB is actually not over there.
Oh,
So
good.
because JB walked over.
Scowling to come.
Yeah, he's looking.
So I'll get to him now actually really quick. So Pete, JB has gone over to, there's some coins at the base of the very tall. I mean, I think what I say, it peaked at like 150, 200 feet.
Something like that.
So you'd have to kind of climb up like a cliff face to get up to the top, or go all the way back around where you
Climb.
can
I can do
see.
that. I assume climb walls will work on this.
Yeah, you can climb walls on it. What's your climb wall percentage?
60. 54.
All right, do it a lot more times.
Okay. Actually, I started at, you said that a bunch of coins had slid down to the bottom, so I did start there.
Yeah, there's a few. You see like some gold, there's some gold and some copper. It's not like it's anything like amazing, but you imagine probably up at the top. Now you can also go around. So I'm not going to make you roll this a million times. I was just kind of fucking with you. I mean, really, you're supposed to I think they say they're supposed to hold like some absurd amount of times or something like that.
Every 10 feet, maybe, or something.
Yeah, it's something ridiculous.
It's
but
also a bird. You could just fly up there.
Yeah, you also literally have a creature that can fly you to the top.
True.
And they're up at the top there, on that ledge from where the dragon leapt, in the first dragon leapt. There is a mass of coins and other treasures.
I'm gonna pick through and see if there's anything valuable, like the very
Oh,
special
lots of valuable
stone.
shit.
What's up?
There's a lot of valuable shit.
All right.
Go ahead and go ahead and do, well, I don't know. I guess you might be appraising on this stuff.
Okay.
See here. Yeah, give me like 3 appraisals checks.
3 appraisals. Okay. Okay, first two are good, 1 and 3. And the last one is 15. I missed by 1.
All right. Well, just give yourself the.
I made 2 of 3 if I can generally identify some things.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I'm just going to give it all to you. Just give yourself only 2
Okay.
proficiency ticks. And I'm going to post them. I'll post the treasure in the Discord. And then I will also describe it to you. So that way everybody can know what it is.
Wonderful.
So there is a number of coins. There's a total of 3,000 gold pieces and 4,000 copper pieces. Seems to be some sort of interest in that. But there's a gold brooch with gems, a gold crown, a gold necklace with gems, a gold ring with gems, a jade ring, a silver bracelet with gems, silver earrings with gems, a wrought gold crown, a wrought gold necklace, a wrought gold ring, wrought silver and gold bracelet, a wrought silver and gold earrings, and a wrought silver tiara.
Did we all go up on this thing?
I think
I'm probably not. I'm probably
Okay,
just
because
like
I'm
hanging out with the
noticing-
giants.
I'm not up there.
I'm
But I
noticing
mean,
a lot of these things will fit in my pocket.
I mean, when I say this, of course, that was like, you are the only one that went up there, but it's like, like in order to realistically know how many coins there are and how much the value is of each of these items, it would take probably hours, literally. I mean, so if you want to like grab some random like thing or two, that's fine. I don't mind, but be realistic about it,
Yeah.
Everything.
I'm gonna take all the actual jewelry because that's comparatively small, but I'm gonna clock the coins and come back for them.
You animal.
Mhm.
If that'll work.
Okay. So weird. Okay, what did the rest of you doing down on the bottom while JB is stealing your hard-earned coin, hard-earned treasure?
Getting acquainted, I suppose.
Mhm.
But Ashwin doesn't give much info. He doesn't talk much. He's a bit of a loner,
Yeah.
which is what everybody will learn.
I'm asking the giants is that all of them now? Are there more?
Lilith says, I think there are only 3. We think.
That's good.
You can the Zefkir is like saying something, and then the other 2 are nodding their heads, and Roland is able to hear what they're saying, like he's urging them to go to the north and ensure that the layer is empty, is what he's saying.
Okay.
And they're moving in that direction.
I'll take to the air then. After a few 10 minutes of speaking with the druid and the new guy, Ulrich and Ashwin, I take to the air and look around.
Look out for eggs.
And if I should see somebody stealing all our hard-earned shared cash, I might pick them up and throw them off the top of the fucking mountain. Just checking.
See if he fumbles his deck save.
So did JB just grab a few pieces of jewelry? Is that what you're saying? I mean,
I'm clocking where the coins are, and I'm gonna grab. I can probably take all the jewelry because it looks all relatively small.
No, you can't. It's scattered all over there, and so that's what I'm saying. To like appraise all of that stuff and to find all that stuff, it would take a while. Like you can, I mean, unless you don't have looting, So you don't really have the skill for it to like grab stuff quickly. I mean, but I'm fine with you grabbing a few things, but like realistically, you'll be gone for a long time if you really want to like grab all of the jewelry.
I'm gonna
I'll
grab
just-
the headgear, the 2 crowns and tiara, and the gold ring set with gems.
All right. Yeah, so you've kind of stowed that stuff away, and Roland, flies up and is flying around and sees this like sort of pile of treasure. And JB sees Roland, kind of flying over there. What would Roland like to do? I mean, it's like, imagine like a big pile of coins and treasures,
I land
spread around on that top area.
and I stare at JB.
Man, check out all this great stuff.
Almost like me sneaking into the kitchen and being caught with my hand in the jar.
Now, keep in mind,
No.
I've got 3 headgears in my hands. I can't really hide those.
You should try the tiara. It might suit you. So-
Nah. I
Pick
don't
one
I
if
don't
you
wanna
must.
I
Pick
don't
the
wanna
most
get attached to
expensive one.
anything.
And stick it away then, if you must. I know your nature. But leave something for the others, lest their morale be destroyed. We
Look at all
need
them
them to be
coins.
onwards.
Look at all them coins I'm graciously leaving behind.
I won't force you to do anything, JB. But like, I'll dismount and kick through like what the treasure is left. I say, and I'll just wait around with him. I keep my eye on him. If he's going to thieve directly from us, I'm going to.
All right, so the giants are headed in this direction through this open passageway up to the north. Does anybody care to follow with them?
Probably a good idea.
I'll follow them. Yeah.
Ashwin will walk with them.
Okay, so
Mhm.
you notice like they're not really coming up to you, but if you recall, I believe it was Shelwyn had sort of described it to you about how like they're like these rats, these strange sort of like rat creatures that dwell around here, and you can see them like milling in the shadows. They're kind of like about the size of small dogs, and there's a wispiness about them. And like they're kind of like moving about, scuttling in the corners. And like one of the giants like kicks at one, it goes running off. And there's a bunch of them around there. They seem to be like, they're kind of like sniffing around towards the corpses of the dragons, like trying to move over towards the corpses. And I mean, all in all, I mean, they're all over. There's like probably like, if you really stopped and counted them, there's probably like a dozen or more. And they're pretty big. Like I said, like a dog, the small dog size, obviously present some level of danger, but they don't seem to be like interested necessarily in attacking you. They're just kind of scurrying around. Do you have any interest in dealing with them in any way?
Are they just giant rats or rat-like creatures?
They're rats, but there's something like I want to describe it. There's something strange about them. There's a wispiness to it, almost like like you saw like the swirling clouds of ice. Actually here, we'll make a wisdom -4. For Ashwin, because he's a nature guy.
That's an easy pass.
Yeah, these are vapor rats, which are just a different type of rat. They're really hard to get rid of. Mostly in underground and cold air regions. And they are they search for easy prey and typically feed on
Scavengers.
Yeah. So like seeing, 4 cloud giants and a group of adventurers and Hirako sphinxes, like they're not coming really near you, but they do pose some, like if they were like outside of a town or something or whatever, like it'd be a big trouble,
If
for
they were
like,
hungry, they'd be dangerous, but they've
yeah,
got
like for
food, so
farmers.
we
Yeah,
just leave them
exactly.
alone.
Yeah, so here you can kind of leave them alone. They will eat on the dragons though, you know that. They'll eat the bodies. So if it's important to you to save any of that, then there is, that is a concern. So
I don't have a reason. If anybody wants trophies, you might want to grab them before the vermin of the area digs in and munches that
Well,
up.
that's
Excuse me, but my
aye.
name is JB.
Mhm.
Yes, JB. We'll be asking questions later with the skull. We shall see. Tell us what you found on the ridge.
A lot of coins, a lot of valuable jewelry. We should definitely go back for it.
Okay. The dwarven armies, well, forces are moving forward, it seems, with the giants. Should we not press on together?
Probably should.
Would you wish to jump upon the Hierosphinx I'm with or climb down?
No, let's do that. That's gonna be a long climb down.
Indeed. I guard my back. Hop hop. Like really badly, like a fucking kid who's never had a bike and he's suddenly got a chopper and it's 1976 and the roads are bad. And I jump onto the fucking Hierosphinx and fly it off with the JB on. Noticing the crown pressing in my ribs and thinking it's a dagger for a moment, then relaxing. For comedy relief in the situation. And I flap quickly towards the rest of the party.
Is that a crown in my pocket?
Watch.
Mhm.
Don't. Careful.
all right. So
This was a family-friendly show.
He started it.
that's what the responsible party always says. All right. So you follow with the giants and the dwarves heading up to the north, the northeast, and you enter into a really large cavern. It's strewn with like bones like that have clearly been like gnawed on.
Yeah.
Former like obviously like bandits and adventurers and things like that, like rip apart. It doesn't take much, at least for Ashwin or for Ulrich, to see that like these things have been, fully gnawed on by these vapor rats. And there isn't of much real interest there. But when you go further into the cavern, into the very far sort of northeastern portion of the cavern,
Trying to find this
and
fucking gem, ain't we? Still haven't
so
found it.
several tunnels feed into this large, high-ceilinged gallery. This grim place is littered with bones of all sorts, and to the northeast is a large heap of items. Three
Huh?
chests, two trunks, a coffer, a suit of plate armor, a sword, a spear, a shield, a wooden
Fucking
deck
hell.
of vials, and an ornate helm.
Shit. Me. Okay.
Mhm.
Is it real?
Um,
Is this really what Dragon Horde looks like? This was the Dragon's Horde, wasn't it? You
Yeah,
say?
there's no coin. The coin seems to have all been separated, but there's these chests. All the chests are of stout oak construction. It's one of the dumbest things ever. They're locked. Will the fucking dragon like have a key? Like, I mean, It's just
I know,
so
yeah.
dumb.
No,
Like,
it's not
I
possible.
mean, I get it. It's D&D, but at the same time, I'm like, really?
You got to
What?
forgive and forget.
It's not possible. It can't be done.
Dragons
I
with
mean, it's
opposable
just a funny
thumbs.
thing. Like these white dragons, like have a horde, and they're like, let's put all of our stuff in locked chests.
Yeah. I'd kick a chest over. Kick that chest.
All the potions break.
Yeah, I was gonna say all the vials inside just shatter.
No, man. I don't care.
All right, so
Every time.
you kick over one of the chests, and you can see that there inside are 3 high quality cloaks. The first chest. One is black,
hell.
one is tan with fur trim, and one is dark brown.
Wow.
The giants like see this and wanna and you know, Zefkir the leader is like talking to Fulleth. You can hear and say and she says, you know, she says, my brothers and I have little use for such things, but should you find something that would be of use to the giants, we would ask that we be given our share in that form.
Yes. Yes, it's agreed. All
They kind of agree, and they basically start going like stalking around, like, you know, cleaning the area out. They're like stomping on these rats and like, you know, looking around every nook and cranny, looking for eggs, as was described, trying to like, you know, basically clear the area. And the dwarves are going with them, Nogard and Nogard, Shelwyn, and Ramfin, and they're all doing that. So while you all are looting, that's kind of what they're up to. The yeah, so the chest has, like I said, it's a black cloak, a tan cloak with fur trim, and a dark brown cloak. They're all very fine, high quality cloaks.
Wow, everybody needs
are
a
they
chance to look at
invisible?
something, don't they? There's so much here. Everybody should just pick an item and have a look at one
Have I
thing
s-
around.
Yeah,
Have I
I'm just gonna
spotted
say
JB yet?
The armor obviously interests me. The plate mail, as I'm probably
yeah,
going. Is it human sized?
I'm just gonna go ahead and read what's in all these things for you guys. I'm gonna tell you what everything is in here because you're gonna obviously go through this.
Fair crack. GM, fair
So
crack.
the second chest has a variety of carved wooden animals, polished
Wow.
stones, geodes, painted animal skulls wrapped in bits of burlap, and other knickknacks. Make a let's see here. Let me see who's the one who opened.
Geodes, man. Like from second year senior. And now we're going to make a geode.
Ashwin, make a perception check.
Pass. 5 under.
Amongst all of the basically worthless items is a bronze griffin.
Wow.
Cool. I take the painted animal skull.
Mm.
No.
The third chest is filled with heavy, worthless stones. The sandalwood coffer, when opened, there is a pad of crimson velvet within, on top of which sits a slender metal, like a slender metal rod. No, I should say a slender metal wand.
Mm.
Is this one they've seen recently?
Well, yeah, you've just found it in the chest.
Make a spellcraft for your guy -4. Just because it's very specifically related to
18, 17, 16, 15, 14.
No, I mean you get -4 penalty. So you need to roll way lower than that. No, you don't know what it is. The trunk, the first trunk holds 14 rough gold ingots.
Wow.
Pete, make a appraisal check.
Ingots.
Buy a lot.
Each is worth 500 gold pieces.
What the fuck? How many?
14.
Fucking hell.
All right. The second trunk,
That's 7K.
I know. The second trunk has 2 bolts of fine silk appraisal. Pete.
See, I don't mind
Maybe-
when JB robs stuff that's wealth, but if he robs magic items, I do want to cut his fingers off.
All right.
I understand him robbing wealth.
Each of the bolts of fine silk is worth 400 gold pieces.
And there's
Wow.
whether-
There's a sack with 3 pieces of jewelry. Just make 1 appraisal check.
How much silk was there?
3 bolts.
There's
bolts.
2 bolts. 2
Oh,
bolts.
sorry.
Okay. And you said 400 each?
Yep.
Okay. And did not
You
make
could
that
start your
one.
own caravan with this shit.
So there's a couple pieces, 3 pieces of jewelry. So it's got a platinum necklace with pink coral,
Wow.
a silver wristband with forest scenes inscribed on it, and then a pair of gold earrings. But you don't
These,
know what
any,
those are worth.
these y'all can have these. They're not really worth anything.
And then finally in there is a scroll. And
Okay.
you'll learn that it is a divine scroll. And it has 4 spells on it.
Priest or druid
Yeah, priest or druid. It has neutralize poison,
class.
heal,
What mega?
restoration,
What? Yeah, that's good.
and raise dead.
Yeah, there you go.
There's the raise dead. And the plate Dom, make a weapon smithing. You have weapon and armor smithing, right?
I do, yes.
Yeah, make both a weapon and armor. No, make a weapon smithing check.
Okay, and let me see. I got it right here. Now, yeah, the sucks are still Intel based.
Yeah, that's dumb, I think.
Yeah,
It's like
Yeah,
a fucking like blacksmith. I hate that. We've discussed this before. It's annoying.
yeah.
Hmm.
Very, very low probability of it. I rolled a 2.
All right. So
It was Intel -1 on the weapon,
Go on.
and I rolled a 1 on
I know,
my
man.
armor smith.
I couldn't believe it
Nice.
the other 2 weeks ago when I rolled a 1 for that fucking horror sphinx. I was so fucking happy.
all right, so you're able to see that the plate armor, you look at it, looks normal. The helm is also a normal helmet, but it is engraved as a detailed engraving etched in gold leaf. So you'd say that's probably worth 3 times the price of a normal helmet.
Wow.
There's also, again, there's a bastard sword, a spear, and a shield. And then
Shield might be cool.
the wooden rack holds 1, 2, 3, 4 vials. 4 potion vials.
Wow.
Kind of
There's
feel like,
just so much
I feel like these
I
would
don't
be
know what to
labeled,
say.
actually. I actually feel like these would be labeled because they're like in a rack. Make a spellcraft check for this guy, Ulrich. You're the only one with spellcraft, right?
I think so, yeah. It's another nat 20. Let's go.
Are you
I'm doing so well.
fucking kidding me?
Ulrich knows nothing.
There's
He's lived in the forest for 50 years of his life.
There's inscriptions and magical inscriptions on them that if you could read it, you could probably tell what these are.
Funny.
And then yeah, and so there's this long sword. I mean, sorry, the bastard sword, the spear, and the
Let's have a look at them then. What's the bastard sword like, Bob? I'll give that a swoosh.
It's a beautiful sword. The hilt is made to look like a dragon's mouth, basically, and it's like kind of like wings coming out, and like the dragon's mouth opens up onto the
No
blade
way.
that comes out of it. I mean, it is probably the finest sword that Roland has ever held. It's essentially priceless.
Eh? But
You
nobody
know,
else
I mean,
uses
like it's not like you could sell it for money, but like it's unique. You know what I mean? Like it's not You never would find something like this ever.
Well,
like you wouldn't find this in the store.
I don't take stuff by default, just to be rude. Like I have to take picks, even though I'm neutral and I feel a bit evil lately. So I say out loud, I think this might suit my weapon rack best. I will pick this as my thing first, as nobody else will wield it anyway. And I swipe up the bastard sword. I'm gonna have a look at it like as you've just described, while I watch what the others pick and what they're interested in. And if the giants want anything, or the dwarves, come, or the dwarves, look. Share.
Yeah, we'll say that like I mean, they'll take money, they'll take treasure. So just give them like make 10 share, or how many you got? 5 in your group. You usually do 6 shares, right? You don't you do a party share? Am I remembering that right in this
Yeah,
game?
we do.
So that's
Everything
6
is-
share. So make 8 shares in terms of treasure, like money treasure, not magic treasure. Make 8 shares, they get 2. So they're looking for like a quarter of the total, basically.
Well, I'd have to do some bookkeeping to do that, but I don't know if another player's doing it. It's normally
Yeah,
Dave.
we can do that out of
or-
game. We don't need to worry about that.
Fucking hell. Okay then. Well, what if the scroll? I pick like I look at the druid. Ulrich, the scroll. Is it from anything you could use, or is it more for Tuckdrin, or is it something that Greyash would have used?
This one I failed
So I'm
on.
trying to get to the fucking raised dead. Like,
But you didn't
concept.
fail on this one. I mean, this is like a scroll.
Uh.
It's a divine scroll. You can read it. You can see what it has on there. Again, it's restoration, heal, raise dead, neutralize poison.
This is a powerful scroll indeed. This can it has multiple spells to
Give religion.
heal religion.
Yeah.
Like I don't meta it on Roland. When you say heal, I just heal you.
I have religion.
Help you out. Like
Yeah, okay,
I
go
don't
ahead
have
and make a
religion.
religion check for Tuckshun then.
Mhm.
Okay, and that's a 4.
Dude, you're rolling
I've,
good.
the last couple games.
Yeah, I think that would have been wisdom though anyway. So
It is wisdom, yes. It didn't really matter a whole lot.
You can tell that like just by looking at the scroll that the scroll was, written out and it's devoted to Saint Cuthbert. Although it's not, I mean, not anybody can use it, but like, there's obvious references to Saint Cuthbert and all that.
Okay.
Who is a lawful good, like warrior god,
It's like you St. Patrick.
Yeah. Yeah.
And bock you on the head with a stick.
Yeah, he uses the club.
I was tempted to worship him, but then like it was too lawful good for me. And the druids seem to have the best fucking zen going down.
Culture.
Yeah. A neutral. I can't get out of it. I am a neutral beast. So then, what about you, Ashwin? What of these things here? Look at this bracelet with it's got like fucking branch shit on it. It's got like leaves and stuff on.
I'm not here for wealth. You keep the trinkets.
So
they may look like trinkets, but they may have hidden capacities. We are going to need to use the very essences of the temple against it to win. Don't let your pride be your undoing. What about this? I hold up like a cloak. What's that fur trimmed cloak? I'll try it on and hope it don't kill me. Because somebody is going to be trapped and kill us at some point. And you put a helmet on, it crushes your brain. So fucking, I don't know. Is Gary Gygax is going to fuck with us?
Yeah, so you put on the fur trim cloak. It looks great. I mean, it's a beautiful cloak.
Yeah.
It's a very expensive, fancy cloak.
That's me kitted out then, I'll say.
I mean, it looks all the more nice against like, Roland's like blood-soaked like cloak.
I'll take off my old black cloak that I was wearing to fool everybody to think I was a temple leader and just fucking shit that on the floor, man.
What? I forgot about that.
So I was wearing a temple cloak, wasn't we? I was anyway. Trying to pretend to be them at some point, I think. I remember. Oh no, I'm wearing a magical cloak, aren't I?
Yeah, don't you have a magical cloak?
Yeah. No, so I put it on. And I go, ooh. But I can't wear two cloaks. And I've tried to wear two cloaks for a bit and it's just silly. And I'll take off the fur cloak and look really sad.
Man of many cloaks.
Yeah.
A man of many cloaks.
I would wear the cloak, but it might be too long. It might be like dragging the ground.
You got like a trail behind you.
I'll put it on Tucson anyway.
There's three cloaks. There's the brown cloak. There's the black cloak with the fur, and then there's the plain black cloak.
Okay, I'll try them all on.
Ashwin says in Dwarven, if it's too long for you, it's probably too long for me.
I'm going to try them all on, man. If I die, I die.
Because he has all the languages.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I'd try one.
Yeah, throw one over.
Like a brown cloak, I guess, or tones, you know.
All right, so one black, one tan with fur trim, and the dark brown one. So you put on the dark brown one, Tuctrin, and like, yeah, it seems like when you're putting it on at first, like that, it's gonna be like, too long or whatever. But then when you put it on, it just seems like it comes down perfectly, wraps around your body perfectly. Like it seems like it just fits. It just fits.
Nice. Very nice. I say this fits.
All right, everybody make a perception check -4.
Oh God.
Well, except for Tuctrin.
Okay, I was gonna say, does my alertness proficiency? No.
Okay, let's roll the dice.
9.
So I've got perception 15, 11,
13.
11, bang on the nose. Gosh.
All right, so JB and Roland, like, you notice something strange, like you're like Tuctrin puts on the cloak and he's like, nice, and he's like, putting it around him, and he says that, but the sound seems to come from like a few feet away from where him standing.
Say something again, Tuctrin. You sounded like you was across the room somewhere there. I'll watch him. I'll put my hands on my hips.
Okay, and I say, I'm standing right here where I was before.
All right. Everybody just make a straight perception check now.
6 made it.
2. I think
you got it.
Finally.
All right, so Ulrich especially, but all of you notice that made their standard perception check is that you see this like strange flash, strange, like almost shimmering in the air, and you realize that Tuctrin seems to be standing in one place, but he's actually standing a few feet over to the side of where it seems that he's standing.
Those beasties that we picked up just the other day.
And I'm gonna say, David, you made it so well, since Ulrich made it so well, and you have spellcraft, that it seems to be a power of displacement.
Yep.
Very cool.
It's a cloak of displacement.
The displacer piece that we got for Grey Ash before he went and died.
Yeah, we never got that. It's still being made. We do not have that yet.
All right. So you've got a raised dead scroll, and you have dead bones.
Yes.
So are you picking that then, Tuctrin, as your thing?
So we'll get to that in just a moment here, and I'll kind of point this out here. So the giants had been like sort of stomping around, and Fulleth is standing, like, you guys are kind of like I don't know, milling about. Whoever's at some point you come back to this main cavern, and Fulleth is sort of she's like, calling out to you from up on top of this like ledge that runs on the southern end of the thing, on the southern end of the area. And she says, "My friends, come. There is another portal here. There were some fire creatures we killed."
We haven't found a stone though, have we?
Have not.
Our job here is not done yet.
Hmm.
Nevertheless,
It's good to know where it is, but
What's this? I do not understand.
Stone? Ah, for
It's not the
the
stone what we seek.
we found a gem for the helmet everywhere else we've gone so far in these little nodes. We haven't found
Everything.
one here.
Yes, but they've always been hidden, like in those earth rat things. What about this box of stones here? Kick it over. It's more
Yeah.
kind of unwise thing to do. Is it hidden in this? Kick
I'm
over
gonna
the 3
search.
stones. They
Would I
disguise, do
use
they not?
would I use appraisal or perception to see if I can tell which one, if any, is different?
I mean, yeah, you look at them and they seem that they're not really they're of no real value. I mean, they're
Okay.
just like it's just like a big. I mean, it'd be like a child walking around and picking out stones that he thinks are cool, like in the yard.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they're not worth anything. They're not bad stones necessarily, but
Just worth a consideration, considering the last one was buried in a rat
True.
hole.
But instead, we found a Spurgy Dragon's rock collection.
What were we told? Look for eggs or something.
that's what I said when you were going to the nest, is like make sure there's no dragon eggs.
you didn't find any. Didn't find any dragon eggs.
I wish I had a full spreadsheet of everything that we've got. I've got stuff written on so many different pieces of paper, and we've got that bag of holding and everything. Fucking hell. Okay then. Well, is
We'll
the
have to give
treasure wrapped up?
everybody. Go ahead.
I don't know. I'm talking because I don't know what else to say. In this instance, we've got so much treasure. We've got to move on, and we've got to find the thing.
Yeah, so Fulleth says, or no, the dwarf. I'm gonna say Shelwyn. She eventually joins up with you, the dwarf, and her and Nogard and Ramfin, and she says to all of you, she says, "We were talking to the giants, and it has been discussed going back to the safety of their cavern. Although we've cleared out this area, who knows what creatures might lurk or be um or might be introduced into this place. There are always new evils that arrive in the nodes.
Mhm.
Yeah, you
We
never
have
know when
found
evil's
another
going to show
portal,
up.
and eventually we'll take a look and see that there's a portal to the fire node in that room that they discussed. That they found up,
Okay.
to the south of this main cavern here. She says, perhaps we should gather everything up and get out of this place before it becomes dangerous again. And on that
That
note,
sounds like
the
well, I
DM
would
is
agree
going
with
to
that.
roll a random encounter check.
Wherever the fucking giants want to go, I think we should follow them.
Another slime lands on top of you.
What have we done so far? We've done Earth, and we've done this one, Ice. Haven't we done Fire?
Uh-huh.
We've done air, earth, and fire. We have water left to do.
Yeah, you saw the 8-pointed star symbol in the back of the room. Okay. So you're gonna follow the giants and head back to their area?
Gather up
think
as much
that's
as
a
you
good
can.
plan.
Yeah.
You're gonna gather
Gather up.
everything up, basically?
We
Yeah.
need to gather up and do a loot check.
Okay.
Gather everything up, see what can help us magically, divvy it up,
All right,
then
so you
see
get
what
back to
comes
the
in your head.
cavern, to their area of safety.
Mhm.
And you avoid the giant gelatinous cube, you avoid the
Mhm.
vortex, you fly high up, while the giants, stomp along down on the base, taking cover when necessary. Um, you know, Eventually Shelwyn has you all land a bit to the south. In fact, let me open this area up. I wish I hadn't done before, but there's it's where the um it's where the whatchamajiggies, where they eat, the sphinxes eat, is a and I described this to you before, I believe. But the let's see here, let me get you the exact information here. There are these ice toads that dwell in this cavern on the very far western edge, just south of where the Giants Caverns area is. And basically all of the sphinxes are let to run free. And you're all to dismount, and then they go and they feast on these ice toads. And the rest head to the
Give them
north.
all some fuss before they all bugger off. Make my acquaintances.
Yeah, I mean, they're not truly animals. I mean, they're like, more like, well, I mean, I guess so. The griffins and like hippogriffs and all this stuff, I mean, they're animals still, right? Are they still considered animals?
They're not considered natural animals, so I can't
Correct.
control them or
They're
influence
like
them. But
mythical animals. Like,
yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
if they come by, then I can still be animal kind to them.
Yeah, I'm gonna say like unless they're like inherently like vile and evil,
Yeah.
or chaotic, then I would say that they're probably, you can, sort of befriend them, or they're you have a certain level of comfort around them and they a certain level of comfort around you. But yeah, they go in there and they get to feeding, and then you eventually get back to the big area with where the giants are staying, and their circle of strange sort of carved stone chairs which surround the sculpture of the giant that Fulleth had done herself. And you're all allowed to, you're all able to kind of take a respite and not have to, you kind of put your, I don't want to say you put your guard down. I mean, you never really put your
Mm.
guard down in the Temple of Elemental Evil, but you still, like, you have that opportunity to kind of take a breath, assess your situation, and take a look at the items. I'm going to go take a quick piss. So why don't we take like 5 minutes, and we'll kind of get back to looking at all
I
the
wanted
loot.
to quickly ask, were any of those dragons, like the smaller ones, less like 7 hit die or less, or are they all more than that?
Let's see here.
Why do you want to know that?
Why would I want to know
This is
that?
inquisitive.
It's a bit meta, isn't it?
Hmm.
Asking stats on monsters. Sorry.
Well,
Just wondered
I feel
why.
like I'd
You
know
want to
if
know?
I would. It's still for a spell.
No, they're
Ah,
not.
that's fair
None
enough.
of none of them are 7 hit dice or less.
Okay.
They're all
Toilet break.
Is my doggo in this node with me? Can I whistle him?
Yeah, we'll say he
Yeah,
found his way
absolutely.
over there.
Doggo.
How about, we'll say this? How about the dwarves, like, he wandered into the cave the night before, and like the dwarves like fed him and stuff like that. Got him some fresh ice toad meat, and like we're feeding the dog. So you can, I'm gonna go take a quick break, but we can introduce your dog when we come back. Will Grayash be returning? Let us find out.
Nah, it's Tarkus' turn.
If you can.
I can't believe Tarkus failed his. I mean, it's funny because so Luke, David and I were talking before you jumped on, and Grayash has a 94% resurrection and survival chance. And so like and you rolled a 96, I believe, right? Like
Yeah.
so it's like almost the same. Although you had a 95, I think, in that moment, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe it was ridiculously high, yes.
Yeah,
Hold on, I'm
because
pulling
I
up my
gave you
character sheet
5%
now.
bonus because Tuktrin had cast some magic, like had done some prayer over you and stuff like that. So I gave you a little bonus. So dragons, man. So you guys have killed 5 dragons now, right? No, yeah, 5 dragons.
Yeah.
Insane.
It's
3
a
white.
lot of dragons.
Yeah. It's been a bit of a dragon heavy area.
I just removed 2 from the entire cavern and with 2 shots.
It's one way to look at it.
And that's the way I'm going to look at it. I am the actual slayer of the dragons.
These Slayer.
I mean, JB's Jolly Bandits is the leader of JB's Jolly Bandits is developing a legendary persona of what he is, and you know that might put a target on his back. I'm just saying, you know.
I mean, if there isn't one already.
Yeah,
When we get back to the cavern, everybody sees my doggo. And it looks like a Bernese mountain dog.
Hello, dog.
This fucking thing is like 3 foot tall on all 4s. It's almost big enough for me to fucking ride. But it's the only time you see Ashwin pull down his hood and be a little bit happy and excited because it's his friend.
Aww.
JB likes dogs too. He's gonna see if he can say hello.
Oh, Verlaine doesn't mind. He'll come and say hi to you.
I give it beer.
His namesake.
You give it
I
beer.
pour a
Beer.
beer. I pour beer out for the dog. The beer.
I'm gonna here. Let me do this here.
It drinks the beer.
Good dog.
Here we go. I get it. I'll give a. These dogs are cool. Let's see here. Give a little pick of this for our
War dogs. War dogs are crazy. He's in low levels.
Yeah, there's the dog. I put
Yeah.
it in my profile pic.
Beautiful,
Oh,
thank
nice.
you. Yeah.
Mhm.
So he's just as good at tracking as I am. And he just wanders on his own for the most part. I can call him back. He knows a few tricks, but he's
What is
my
his
best
name?
friend. Farlane.
How did you come across such a thing? Such a creature.
I met it roaming the woods. And he was a bit of a feral beast at first, but once we got to know each other, he's been with me ever since.
We're all pretty feral, so he'll fit right in.
He's obviously not my first best friend.
You should get a
But
spiked collar.
I'm getting old, so In my age, you meet many that just pass away too soon.
You do not look old to me.
Give him some pets.
Wags his tail, gives you a lick. Yeah, so you begin to put down your group, you kind of all, gathered around, the fire's going. The cloud giants are in excellent moods, having avenged the death of the guy whose name is on a piece of paper that I don't know where I put right now.
The unnamed person that we could resurrect with this scroll and make the locals very happy.
Oh no, he's long dead. He's been dead too long. You can only do it after like a certain period of time. You don't have a resurrection scroll. You've got a raise dead, which has like a time limit. It's like 1 day per level of the spell cast.
It's different, isn't it? Raise dead.
Yeah,
That's
dead,
what the rest
on. And
does a resurrection, not resurrection, restoration help with that, or is that undead level drain? I can't remember.
Undead level.
I don't know. Okay.
I mean, the dead only leftovers don't really keep forever, so we got a time limit on this.
We just need a necromancer. Necromancers are only healers that got there too late.
Yeah, exactly. They get a bad rap.
Yeah, healers who get creative.
Look, necromancers are the most friendly people. They make a lot of friends.
Yes.
Yep. Where the fuck did this paper go, man? What the fuck is my fucking fuck? Literally, my notes for this session are disappeared.
They'll pop up in a sec, bro.
I know. I'm just annoyed.
Yeah.
I have it on my computer too. I just was hoping I didn't.
So then, are you staying with us? Like I
Well,
say,
I'm here for one thing, and that's the destruction of this temple. I tend to work alone, but as you seem to be well on the path to doing the same, I see no harm in working with you for now. Most of you seem like you have a good character. Some of you are from the pits of hell. He scowls at JB, obviously.
Yeah, you're
and
ugly.
just mumbles vermin in Elvish under his breath.
JB shoots back. Your mother was vermin in Elvish.
Why do I always make characters that don't get along with JB?
Because JB,
Luke, I just think you don't like me.
I mean, I'm a high elf, and JB is a drow, which means
I was going to say JB is a very low elf.
Not just that, but he's detect magic.
Not just that, but JB is a low half elf.
No, I don't get priest spells for like another 1,000 levels.
I mean, I can detect magic if we rest and I learn it, and I pray for it.
Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do that. And get
I did not have it in my list of spells going to fight dragons. I mean,
of course. Yeah. Okay. Let's do that then. Can we move forward, Bob, and do like a fucking
yeah. So you spend the time to rest, you recuperate, you eat, you celebrate, to a certain extent. They, dedicate the night's festivities to Vlemnir. The cloud giants get, pretty fucked up, I would say. Enjoy themselves. And
how much would they have to drink to get pretty fucked up?
I mean,
it's all relative.
Sorry about that.
They're drinking like gallons of white dragon blood. I have no idea.
Yeah, they just drink it by the barrel.
They've got a magic spell.
So,
yeah.
The cloak glows magical, cloak of displacement, obviously. The bronze griffin glows magical. The wand, the metal wand, glows magical. The scroll, all 4 potions. The spear is a +1 shield, +1 spear. I don't know what this is. Let me see what this is.
Anything from that jewelry that JB nicked? Is anything of that
Nope.
magical?
Nope.
Fair enough then. I don't mention it. He was wise enough to climb ahead and steal it. I can't say nothing. It's within his character's nature. But if it was magical, I'd be grassing him there.
Well,
Fair
listen,
enough.
I put the crowns and the tiara towards the group's pot, but that little gem covered brooch I kept.
Of course, brother. No problem.
Is-
Okay. You got to nick it you to get your extra XP, and we understand that.
Yeah, and I can't fit an entire ass crown in my pocket.
All right.
Root that over.
The shield
That'd be cool, though.
glows magical. The shield has a symbol of an eye painted on it.
Is it an eye we recognize?
No, it's a different kind of eye.
I don't recognize it.
I don't either.
Mhm.
Let's see here. The bastard sword is
Bastard.
magical. It's +2, but it's also special in some other way. It's going other different magics. It's
Mhm.
a +1. There's a +1 spear.
Mm.
I think that's all the magic items. Yeah, that's all the magic items. 4
Always a
potions.
bridesmaid, never a
the
bride, never
shield,
a
the
magical bow.
spear, the bastard sword, the wand, the bronze griffin, and the cloak.
Shouldn't we shut the cloak on the druid Tucky? Bro,
I would think so.
you know what I mean? Because he's going to cast and get fucked, any brother.
That's a good
Agreed.
idea.
Yeah.
Agreed.
If you want any, what do you want, Tuckton? What do you want from all of this? Do you just
No,
pick
the only
something?
things here that potentially would be useful for me would be either the shield, the cloak, or potentially the statue. But other than that,
Take
the
your-
rest I cannot use.
I'll take your pick then. What are you taking?
Roland uses a shield, right? Sometimes.
I have a shield, but I've got a +2 shield to meta. My shield is fine, brother. Look at it. I'll slam it against it like a brick wall. So I'm a bit drunk now.
Yeah. And,
I'll wobble about.
my shield is also +2, and then the shield we just found is +2, correct?
It is not. It does not have a plus.
Okay,
It has other abilities.
gotcha.
Oh.
It's a really weird shield, actually.
Let us investigate this, baby. You're not
Yeah,
going to.
we'll investigate the shield. Can we tell what the Griffin statue does?
I mean,
Yeah,
there's
what's
no
that?
way for you to tell it without identifying it. You know, you
I
just.
gotcha.
I
Fair
mean,
enough.
We'll give the druid the cloak for the time being, and then we'll worry about the rest when we have time to identify them or some way to do so.
Resurrect Greyhawk.
The bigger question is, we could potentially resurrect Greyash. Or attempt to.
Yeah, like time out a sec. How's he going to do that? In game, because then you have 2 characters.
Mhm.
I was gonna say, like, well,
Ulrich will probably go back to NPC.
I'll take over control of the druid if
Yeah.
you know.
yeah.
What does David want to do?
I was gonna say, which one would he rather play?
I'd rather be
I mean,
the great. Like Greyash is the main guy.
Yeah,
He's
he's
the
a
main
dog.
guy.
Thank Christ for that. I thought he was going to fucking give up on him then for a minute, Dave.
Yeah, me
I was
too.
gonna have to drive down to
I was
Wales
worried.
and
I was like,
shake ya.
I was worried he was gonna be like, screw that druid power.
I mean,
Okay,
honestly,
oh my God.
you've been doing a pretty good job with Ulrich, but at the same time, like Greyash, you haven't even changed your name from him.
Yeah, it's like if you've lost companions, then you'll need all the allies you can get.
Oh, I look over at the bag that he's in. He's in a bag. He's in the bag. I say quietly.
It's just slowly rotting
Bag.
away with all of
No,
everybody's belongings.
He's preserved by the magic of the bag because he's dead. Nothing living can. It was his own bag as well. That's the weird thing. I say.
Sous vide
And he really
Greyash.
pissed now. let's drag him out and see if he's still.
See if he's still fresh.
So I'm like quite drunk now because everyone's celebrating. So I'm at least beyond tipsy.
Yeah.
So I fucking shout, I cartoon out the bag. You know, like when the cartoon character grabs.
Flops onto the ground.
Oh,
It looks like he's in good shape though. He hasn't gotten any worse, you know. His body hasn't. But you know, I mean, well, Roland wouldn't know this, but probably Tucker would know, and I guess maybe Ulrich as well. You know, the soul moves further and further away from the body as it's drawn to its, you know, its final resting place as time goes on. So although his body is in good shape, you know, looking at him, the light in his eyes is growing dimmer.
Yeah, we have to do this now.
Drink a wine in front of him, like as a celebration. This is the craziest mage you'll ever meet. Crazy.
So, who's holding the scroll right now? JB, do you still have it?
Yeah.
Did I have it?
I mean, you collected all the goods. I don't think you passed it out.
No, your group collected all the goods.
Okay, so whoever in the group collected it.
JB just got some money. You know,
Okay.
As a rule, JB does not mess with the magical stuff because he doesn't understand it, and he's seen what the Wand of Wonder can do.
Gotcha. So yeah, I'll whoever hands me the scroll, I will immediately read it and try to bring Grey Ash back.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it has a lot of like extraneous language in it, denoting, you know, like justice and you know, fighting for the powers of good and all this and that.
Harata.
Sounds like a good read.
Yeah, so the magic is you know, again, it's kind of written by somebody who's devoted to St. Cuthbert, but the prayer is powerful, and Tuckturn can feel the surging energy of the power over life and death itself move through him. And
can he be trusted with that level
as a conduit from the scroll to Grey Ash? The energy surges to Grey Ash's body, and he convulses a bit. And
out of all the 100.
moment of truth.
Yeah. 30.
30. He's back.
Oh.
Yes.
I immediately give him a drink of wine. As soon as his eyes flutter open, I go.
He's been mostly dead for days. He probably doesn't need alcohol.
No,
Days?
And
Rob,
Rob,
I'll punch your face.
he doesn't come back full on hit points, correct?
I think he comes back to 1, doesn't he?
Yeah, I believe so. So I am going to.
Grey's dead does not really help you out like a resurrection does.
I can pour a potion of extra healing down.
Well, no, I don't need to.
You say you've been here days.
Sleep.
17 hit points.
See, look at the power of the beer. It is rejuvenated him.
17 hit points.
So and you were at 1, so you're at 18.
Okay. You say it's been days. You're still here.
It may have been longer than days, my friend, but since you've fallen, we've fought many enemies and killed many enemies, and we have made significant progress. But your expertise is going to be invaluable moving forward.
So he's weak and helpless, needing a minimum of 1 full day of rest.
Yeah.
For each or fraction of that he was dead.
Yeah.
I feel almost as bad as the last time I died. Not quite as bad though. That was worse.
You need to stop making a habit of it.
Dude,
I didn't plan on it.
The somatic component of this spell is a pointed finger. I love it. It's like, come back to life. How funny.
Just imagine in game terms.
For the druid thing.
I imagine it's the opposite of the finger of death, where it's
yeah. Let me do a
come hither motion.
Yeah, it's.
I do want to.
Grey Ash would talk about what happened, but he recalled signing some sort of NDA before he he was revived.
You just go full Spock. It would be impossible to discuss without a proper frame of reference. We
I
have to
remember.
die to discuss his insights on death.
Yeah, we don't. They don't remember their characters when they come back. They just remember that they were there. Because they do, don't they? In our game world, there's gods and people have afterlives. It's not hidden.
Mm-hmm. So you probably need a bit of time to rest, recuperate.
Mm.
Let
Um,
Grey Ash come back. And
Let me tell you what's happened.
I assume you're going to try to identify some of the items as well when he's revived.
Well, yeah. While he's
Yeah,
recovering.
they'd be like, there's lots of things you need to that we need you for, and then there's like it shows like the pile of magic. I'm like,
Well,
I don't
here we
think I could
brought you
do
back
that
to life
today.
so that way you could do this job for us. I mean, you want to like assume you're going to spend a week, let him come back and identify the items. Do we want to just do that? We don't have to like play that out. The storm giants the cloud giants can, keep you safe in this area like for a week if you want. And then I can give you identification of the items.
During that week, Bob.
Yes.
During that week, while they're identifying and stuff, I fly regular patrols, and I might actually get airborne flying, as with my 2 skills. But I practice more.
I would be fine with that. Yeah, that's great. I love that. In fact,
during that week,
take 100 XP for playing that out.
Okay.
During that week, Ashwin is going to scout more because he's new to this area, so he's going to get an idea of everyone that's everywhere, all over the place, as safely as he can.
Surprisingly, Shelwyn Boulderguard, the female dwarf, is fairly knowledgeable about that region, and she provides him with a lot of details that help him quite a bit in his own investigations. Now, I mean, she's no ranger, so but also Ashwin is you're underground too. So like there's a little bit of deficiencies in both of you in terms of your understand the region. But together, you're able to get a pretty good sense of stuff. And I'll get in fact, I'll just tell you this now. So in exploring the area, you unlock in terms of like much of what else was, has already been, shown to you. Without here, let me open something up here real quick. So without necessarily heading down a bunch of passageways, which will lead to your imminent death since you're on your own. Oh, come on. I swear, sometimes trying to get the map to actually just like connect like the little, there it is. Well, a couple of things. First of all, there is an obelisk with a number of strange symbols on it that on top of which floats a number of semi-transparent bubbles that are fairly large. They float along float along in the air, kind of like floating on the wind in this area. And the obelisk is kind of like in the center area of this main cavern just to the north of the spiraling stone edifice that takes up the majority of it. And Falleth explains, or I'm sorry, Shelwyn explains that, to you that all manner of things can be found in those bubbles, but mostly none of them are good. Monsters and creatures and those who have been the foolish, like it's generally not like, and apparently if you mess with them at all, the bubbles will burst and whatever's inside will be freed. And so she basically recommends not messing with them at all. To the northeast, however, and I mean, you're the perfect one to be exploring this area, really, because Ashwin, having spent, plenty of time out in the elements and everything, senses a presence of like air elemental power, I guess you might say. There is like, whereas, to the southeast was like the stench of dragon and that sort of reptilian odor,
Yeah.
sort of overpowering and overwhelming. To the southwest was, various magical creatures and strangeness, and to the northwest being where the giants dwell. Those areas each had their own sort of like sense and feel about them, but you can tell that to the northeast there is like, again, elemental air
Yeah.
at work. Not necessarily air elementals, but I mean like strange winds and, echoing howls and, movements out of the corner of your eye that when you look, you don't see them. Maybe like forces that are invisible to your eyes, but are there, that are riding the winds of this area. So I'll give you that information just from your
Okay.
And I've kind of opened up the map a bit, everybody, so you can sort of see now the eastern edge has several different corridors that you can possibly enter into. There are basically 3 different pathways that are possible, kind of all in a line along the northeastern edge of the cavern.
Like these?
Meanwhile, Gray Ash spends Meanwhile, Gray Ash spends the week, spends several days in bed and is immediately put to work. And which exhausts him completely once more. But
live my life.
identify this. So how do we had like identify 1 per item or something like that, or 1 item per?
I feel like it changes every time. To be honest, I don't.
Yeah. Just give yourself XP for like 3 castings, and we'll say you get this. So the cloak of displacement, so you don't need to worry about that. The bronze griffin, however, is a very interesting, rare, and highly coveted item. It is a figurine of wondrous power. It is a
wow. Yeah.
It can transform into a griffin.
Oh wow.
A fairly intelligent griffin too. Let's see here. I'll give you the information here. It's like I said, it's called a figurine of wondrous power.
Does the griffin
and
like
all
you?
different kinds of things. Actually, it's not even listed on here, but this is a bronze griffin. It's a tiny statuette of an animal, an inch or so high. When the figurine is tossed down and the command word is spoken, it becomes a living animal of normal size. The animal obeys and serves its owner. And so this one turns into a griffin.
Amazing.
And I've just bought
Very
fly
cool.
airborne. Also, I steal the cloak back off the druid while he's not looking. Give it back to Tuck.
Well, there were like 2 other cloaks, weren't there?
None of them were special.
One
Though, I
magical.
think.
Only one of them was magical.
Okay.
Yeah.
The other one was just stylish.
The wand is a wand of lightning bolts.
Black
Which
smoke.
one?
Sorry, Grey Ash. Use your wand of wonder once more and show us something spectacular. During the week, like there's something to do. It must have been
You
a
sure?
while since you have felt the
Pretty-
chaos magic flow through your elven body. Come, cast something. Show us all a wonder. Do some fireworks or something.
Roland, you sound evil. I like it.
I
I'm
can't
having
remember
difficulty
how
at the
to
moment.
get the.
I'm
Let's see.
feeling
here.
in
What's
between
the-
things.
Ashwin would regard Grey Ash strange but well.
Hang on a minute. Can't we give that cloak to fucking Lukey boy? Ashwin.
Wait, it's actually a wand of
Hmm.
lightning. I'm sorry, and that actually is a little different than a wand of lightning bolt. It's
Wand of lightning.
to be honest with you.
What's the difference? Wand of lightning. Did it do the spell the druid was doing?
You can let's see. You can
Wand
shock
of-
them. You can strike them in melee.
Okay.
It says characters wearing metal armor or shields are treated as armor class 10.
Lol.
Nice,
Fucking-
such a time.
that's-
Normally
Yeah,
magic
yeah.
awarenesses on metal armor
That's
do
me.
not affect armor class, but a ring of
Me and
protection.
Tucky. Me and Tucky are lightning conductors.
I had to get the charges. I don't remember where to find that right now. I've drawn a blank on it.
I think it's right in the beginning in the DMG under the heading for wand. It tells you what
Yeah.
the average.
I know, but I'm on Regal Goblins or whatever, what it was.
I gotcha.
So I don't have
Hang on,
that.
I've got my book.
Wand of
I've got
lightning.
my, I've got
I
my
see
book
it,
here.
yeah.
Yeah, Wand of Lightning.
Wands are about 8.
Is
Shock and lightning
is does Grey Ash already wear a cloak?
Not yet. The wizards back in town was making one for me.
I
There
think
you go.
I think Hugh should get the cloak of displacement.
Yeah. Oh shit! I thought
Mhm.
he was wearing a mega cloak plus 10 or something. Okay. Of
Actually,
course.
no, I do have something. What's he wearing?
Yeah, but
You have a ring of you have a ring of protection, don't you?
which is
Grey
saves.
Ash has.
Ulrich says, I have been speaking to the giants, and I have become invested in their plight. They have agreed to help you, of course, but I will help them as well. They deserve to be able to return to their homelands, for they are captives here.
Oh,
From what I understand, they're unable to use the portals because of the magic of it. Some way or another prevents them. So
How did they get in here? They had to take a portal in. No?
yeah, no.
different from the portals above versus the
Mm.
portal below in terms as far as escaping this place. That is something which I will look to discover in helping them. So I will not continue on with you from here. Although you have been worthy and good companions, and it would be wrong of me to take this cloak. It should stay with the player characters.
And indeed, write a message, and I will take it back to the druid at the grove and seek their help.
Yes.
You also.
Hmm.
So the spear is just a +1 shield. The shield, I mean, the spear is just a +1 spear. The shield is called a sentinel shield. Okay, and this is a really special shield. It gives you a +2 bonus on perception when you're using it, and a +2 bonus to initiative.
Oh,
Isn't that weird?
Say it
That's
again.
cool.
It's not
Say that
that
was
any magical defense bonus. It's just a normal shield in terms of defense, but it gives you +2 to perception and +2 to initiative when you're using
that
it.
is strange.
That's
Makes sense.
cool.
It's weird, right? I like it though. I like it.
Yeah,
'Cause,
no, it's
Yeah,
very
I like
cool.
it.
you know,
That is
By the way-
literally, I'm on guard for the night, but don't use a shield. So I'm going to wield this and be on guard. But if something
yeah, they're
comes, I
like
shall put
they're
it
like
away.
there's like a farmer, and they're like, here, keep watch. Here, take this shield. You know what I mean? Like it's just a weird item.
Ones start with 80 plus D20 charges.
D8 +20,
No, 80 plus
80.
1D20.
80 +1 D20. That's what I
Yeah.
thought. All right, 85. Pretty good.
85 charges.
So what? So it lowers your initiative.
Takes 2
but gives you
charges to
perception.
shoot a lightning bolt, which is 66 lightning bolt, but all ones are all ones count as
What
2.
was- Yeah. That's the effect that they keep having from the Wands of Wonder. Like all the time. Somehow keep
then,
rolling lightning bolt on it.
Hang
Yeah,
on,
no,
I
you
don't
won't-
understand
yeah,
that
that's
shield
funny.
fully. You get +2 to you. It costs you +2 in initiative, but it gives you +2 to perception.
And then
Yeah, it's +2 initiative slower or faster?
I mean, it gives you a -2 to your roll. It's a bonus. It gives you a 2 bonus, you know.
Oh, so you get 2 bonus to initiative and 2 bonus to AC.
No.
Perception.
Well,
Perception.
1 AC because it's a shield,
Well.
so it's just 1, right? It's not magic.
Oh,
It's
God,
not. It doesn't give
yeah.
you a +2 bonus. It's like it
Yeah.
just gives you a 2 better initiative.
Exactly why you give it a Watchman. I see.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. It's a weird item. I like it though. It's just I like.
do. It's a wicked little NPC item, that is.
All right,
Great,
so-
use a shield just to cast a spell faster.
that'd be amazing, right? All right, so the sword, however, is the real.
The dragon sword.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
This thing's
it is
probably got an ego.
It is a bastard sword +2 dragon slayer.
Ooh.
Ooh.
How cunning that he placed it with dragons.
Dragon Slayer sword.
Oh, the dragons like to keep an eye on it.
And it's specifically meant to kill green dragons.
Oh.
Huh.
And so it's a +2 bonus against everything. It's +4 against any type of of true dragon.
Right, yeah.
It inflicts triple damage against green dragons.
Oh.
Okay.
Can you imagine?
Okay. That's
Fight
pretty
fucking
solid.
green dragons. 3D. What is that? Like what's a bastard sword do on large? D12?
12.
3D.
It just,
Yeah.
I think it's
That's a-
2d8.
Is it?
That's
It
a
probably is
cool
2d8
weapon.
actually.
3d6 on a two-handed, 2d8 on a bastard.
Yeah,
D12 on
1D12 one-handed, 2D8 two-handed.
a
Let me
wash.
quickly open up the module and
So
search green
16
dragon.
times 3.
Yeah. 68 against dragons.
What else we got then?
Right?
Only green dragons.
Only green
Mm.
dragons. But it's still
Only
+4.
green dragons.
Any
Yeah.
dragon. I mean, it's
Right.
still
Yeah.
any dragon.
I've got 3 bastard swords.
Yeah. And so that and the potions. It's a potion of fire breath,
Mm.
flying,
Oh.
heroism,
Ah,
and resistance for fire resistance.
Well, I don't need the potion of heroism. I've got plenty of that.
Okay. So you got
Fire
figurine
breath, flying,
one.
heroism, fire
Mhm.
resistance.
Was the tiara something? Or was that just an
No,
item?
none of that's magical. It's just
That
all
was just that was just shiny and worth money.
Shiny.
well, I'll take the heroism potion then as my fighter.
Things.
So I can just neck that and tank up.
yeah, potion.
I'll take the figurine because I like animals.
Yeah, that's a point. Yeah, you fucking you've got the most chance of fucking using an animal, ain't you?
Well,
You know what I
except
mean?
for that it's a griffin, and only Roland really knows how to fly it.
Yeah.
I
Roland
don't wanna
was
feel
handling
like-
that griffin well. You're like doing well
Yeah,
on
I
that
mean,
thing.
honestly, Roland would be good, like on that griffin. It's an actual griffin. I mean, it's like it obeys you, you know.
Hmm.
Okay then. Well,
But I mean,
like
also
a
the
tank.
dragon sword seems like I mean,
Yeah.
it's a bastard sword. So
Exactly. I don't know. It seems a lot.
This module
Like-
has so many bastard swords in it. It's just always bastard swords.
But as we've just brought flying air
because the
back,
module never has bastard swords. It's always a long sword. So I changed every long sword to bastard sword
Oh, I see. I see.
because it would be dumb. Like, why would the point of that be? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
what the fuck? Like, it's always a long sword. You know?
Because it's what the most common thing for
The
people to
min-max
actually
weapon.
use.
But you know what? It's not
Like-
though. Like I know everybody does it because it's like maximizing the weapon speed factor and all that stuff. It's like the kind of the best weapon. But I mean, I don't really feel like that. I feel like a bastard sword was
Yeah.
more common, wasn't it? Like in real, like medieval times, right?
Yeah, hand and a half swords.
I've got no idea.
Well, technically, a
Maybe.
longsword can be wielded two-handed. And if you don't wield your longsword two-handed, you're not wielding your longsword properly.
Well, there you
Long
go.
swords were seen more as knightly weapons, weren't they? Like your posh sword kind of thing.
Yeah, I guess that's probably true.
Yeah, spears is where it's at.
Yeah,
that's
obviously.
I love spears, dude. Spears are great.
So what's happening then? What
Yeah, we're at
else?
the end of the
Anything else?
session here, so I'm hoping everybody did
Mhm.
stuff up, and maybe then we'll call it quits here.
Hmm.
Probably.
So what? Anything? So okay.
Cloak of Displacement is on Gray Ash.
I've got Cloak of Protection +2 right now. I don't know what's better. Plus a 2 AC or like being hard to hit. How
Always
much is
Doesn't displacement give you like 2 AC as well?
does it?
Unless they
Might
can
be.
see through it. It's something like that.
It is. That's right.
Yeah. Because you're crafting one at the moment, Grey Ash. Is one in
Yeah.
town. Specifically for that bonus, people can't hit you.
Yeah, it's like it's a +2 cloak, but better.
Okay. Yeah,
Yes.
I'll buy this one and then one of you can have the one that's being made when we get back to town.
Well, that would be good for me
Hmm.
because I'm not actually by using my
Uh,
even though the sword's posh, I can't. It's no improvement. All my other swords are +2 unless we meet a dragon. So that's what I mean. I've got a flame tongue, which is not much good, but that would lift my AC. That would actually be the only thing. Oh, actually, would it? Because you can't take
Or you want the
your AC
displacement?
below 0. No. Your old cloak, but I don't think you can take your AC above 0 with certain items. Once you get to a certain point.
I think you can. It's weird. You just can't stack in certain ways, but I think
Yeah.
It'd drop
You
me down
can't.
to AC1.
Well, that you have that then, and swap me the Griffin so I can fly it.
Well, yeah.
Mhm.
I thought you were taking the Griffin anyway.
No,
Have
you
it.
got it.
Uh,
All right then. So I'll buy the weapons.
Okay.
I'll buy the flying proficiency. Have the Griffin. You have the +2 cloak. Thing you have the displacer. Tucky,
I'm
what you
s-
having? You've had the.
I mean, there's nothing else there I can use, so I'm good.
That's what I'm saying. Do you want a potion? It's potion fire breath. There's.
No, because again,
obviously
I would be using spells instead.
JB. Is there anything you can take?
To be honest, I would say
Not
give
really.
JB the potion of fire breath.
Yeah, have that,
Cool.
JB.
I'll take it.
Well, a lot of times JB finds himself stuck behind enemy lines because he's sneaking around or whatnot, and sometimes there have been multiple enemies, and he's
That's
had
true.
to juke and
Okay.
jive. So
Give JB the flying potion as well then, as I've got one on me already
yeah,
with one drafting.
I would say that
JB
makes more sense.
So JB can now fly a bit if he needs to in a haste to get the fuck out of there,
Fly invisibly.
and you can fire breath.
So I am now a dragon.
Yeah, I mean, kind of.
An invisible dragon.
Yep.
The unseen
Right.
one.
So real quick, it's 6,600 XP each
Oh,
Write
let me
that
get
down.
a pen here.
6,600.
Everybody
Okay.
rushes to other tests.
and 35 hit dice.
I don't feel like I should take any of that hit dice, so I didn't take part in the combat.
Now you can, but it's not the way we do that.
All right,
How many hit dice?
35.
Is that all? Yeah, thanks.
What about them? What about those bracelets and stuff, Bob? Are those just like treasure rather than like magic, like the elf bracelet thing with the leaves on? And...
Yeah, I mean, you should calculate out your loot because it's going to give JB a lot of XP.
I've got loot written down in a lot of places, but we need to, yeah, because I've got lots of sub loot as well written down, like chainmail +1, bag of dust of disappearance, dagger +2, a medallion. Fucking loads of mad shit just written down everywhere. Ring of Warmth, braces, defense arm class 4. 4-star rubies, 10-star quartz, 12 onyxes.
Dude,
Loads
you're
of
gonna go
crests.
loaded. I mean, we should do castle building and shit like that at some point.
Yeah, totally. Check this: 26,000 copper, 11,000 silver, 2,000 electrum. This is just on one piece of paper. 5,000 gold, 453
The
platinum.
bag of holding explodes.
Gold necky with jet.
The bag of
ring.
holding.
Platinum
I
chalice.
thought
Can I tell you with the
Fuck.
with the ring that I pocketed that I'm not sharing with y'all and the other XP, I am nearly at level 10.
Good for you, bro.
we
That's
kind of
about on
brushed over the
scale.
whole weight thing, but everyone's been carrying around with Gresh in the bag of holding. Everyone's been carrying around like fucking quarter ton of gold each.
Yeah,
But yeah,
well,
it's-
I
we
mean,
need
I
to
don't
simplify.
think
Is
about that, but it
everybody?
does sort of get ridiculous at certain point.
Yeah, there was
What
like
level is
900
everybody at the
pounds
moment?
of gold in that. 6, 7, 7.
Have you been treasure
7.
keeping then, Dave? Have you been listing treasure as we've been going on? Or
Sometimes.
since you, is there
The
anybody?
spreadsheet that you shared us earlier, I've got
Yeah.
I've got lists everywhere. I've got a notepad with some written on it. I've got some on a spreadsheet. Greyash posted a spreadsheet earlier that has a treasure list on it.
Oh, I didn't look at
Yeah,
that.
So
it's not,
there's
it's
there
probably
is
not
loot
complete,
everywhere.
but there's stuff on here.
All right, well, let's wrap up then. All the items have been divvied up, I believe, now, and you have defeated the white dragons. We will continue in, Chris, you're out next week, right? You're going to do some cool shit, right?
26th, can't. Yeah, 26th, 27th, can't play on
Yeah,
that
that's next
weekend.
week. So we'll do
Yeah.
in 2 weeks again. What are you going to do again, Chris? Remind me.
Hadrian's Wall, center
That's
section.
right.
Yeah, he's taking the good trip.
Dude, that's so.
Oh,
Have
It's
fun.
also solstice this Saturday for all you pagans out there.
Uh-huh. That's right.
Enjoy.
Yes, it is.
Enjoy your solstice.
Happy
Thank you.
solstice to all. Congrats on nobody dying this time. Like
Hey, we
everything.
actually gained a guy back this time.
Yeah, and
That's right.
I love your new character. I think there's something cool about him. Like he's already cool. I don't know. There's something neat. Like it's a good fit. I feel like I don't know how you feel about it, but I think he's cool.
Are we talking to me? Because I think everybody was talking about Greyash coming back.
No, I'm happy that that Greyash is back, but I think
Oh,
Luke's character's cool too.
I like showing.
I think
Ranger. I mean, we
there's,
haven't had a ranger since that one dude who like barely role played had the ranger. The guy who got the fucking dog and ignored him the whole game.
There's a lot of backstory that I've already come up with for Ashwin that people will learn as Ashwin begins to trust them.
As he opens up and turns from loner to a member of a group of heroes. Sort of.
Good potential.
Murder hobos.
We are heroes. This is what we do.
We could have a whole session that's just debating that.
Yeah, we could.
I think you're growing well. Nice potential.
Exhibit number 1, Jer.
Who?
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, 2 weeks. Thanks to anybody that's been out there watching. Do appreciate it. We have we're like over almost 8,000 total views, which is between all the episodes, which is pretty crazy.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. That was fun, and we'll see you in 2 weeks and continue the search for the third gem of power. Talk to you guys next week.